unlock my car from my phone real quick. Okie doke. Well, here we go, folks. This is, round 2, the area round of the Texas high school football playoffs. And we are talking Class 6A Division 1, Midland Legacy v. Southlake Carroll tonight from Globe Life Park in Arlington, Texas, the new stadium of the Texas Rangers. And, hey, we are ready to go. It's fun. We hung out with Odessa Permian and Euless Trinity. Tonight, we have a bigger game. In fact, we'll go ahead and get to that intro.
Who say they want it? Who say they ready? See, you might not like it, but you gon' respect it, cause this is West Texas. Who say they want it? Who say they ready? Hey, coach, they might not like it, but they gon' respect it, cause this is West Texas. I said it's game time. Hey, coach, they know it's game time. You know it's game time. I said it's game time. Come on. Hey, coach, they know it's game time. Hey, who say they won't? We won't. Who say they ready? We ready. They might not like. We like it. But this is West Texas. They gon' respect. First off, I got my grades up, so I deserve every moment that I'm out on the field. I've been in practice all week, so you know what it is. We ain't come for the win, boy, we came for the kill. It ain't all about the all, boy. So why here we here, hard, boy? We for nothing but the Lord, boy. So when you come play us, we might rip out your heart and send you back home with some bruises and scars. Hey, put me in, coach, cause I'm ready to ball. I see the fear in his eyes like he already lost. You know I came with my AK. Defense hitting hard like a freight train. We got the crowd going crazy. Running school colors in the stands look amazing. We don't need permission for the trophy, we just take. And the only way to get to the top comes from hard work and a lot of dedication. I said it's game time. You know it's game time. Hey, coach, they know it's game time. You know it's game time. I said it's game time. Come on. Hey, coach, they know it's game time. Hey, who say they won't? We won't. Who say they ready? We ready. They might not like. We like it. But this is West Texas. And they gon' respect it.
Well, welcome into the program, boys and girls. Manny, Diaz here for COVER1 Live here on SanAngeloLive.com. Joined by Matt Trammell over here at the Angelo Bolt desk. And, of course, the one and only James Bellini hanging out there at the main desk, of course. Hey, this is a fun night tonight because this is an opportunity for West Texas to somewhat stay relevant in the Texas high school football playoffs, to keep its name in the Texas high school football playoffs as Midland Legacy takes on Southlake Carroll from Globe Life Park in Arlington, Texas. William Dyson, appreciate it. Hey, what's going on, my man? In the meantime, we do have, fellas, let's just go around the horn. Trammell, introduce yourself. Tell us what you're about tonight.
Well, I think it's going to be a good football game. It's going to be high scoring.
Yeah, you think so?
One of the things that I noticed, Southlake Carroll score 45 points a game.
Ooh, yeah.
And we already know what Midland Legacy does.
Yeah, they're plenty good.
So it's going to be high scoring. It's going to be fun. But one thing is for sure, nobody really wins in Globe Life Park. So whoever wins, it's going to be special.
Easy, Matt Trammell. I know you're a Ranger or you're a Houston Astros fan.
Yeah. I'm a Rangers fan, but that's the sad part about it.
Okay.
Is there that, yeah.
All right, James Bellini, fresh off a game in Abilene, Texas. Give us the goods. Tell us, were you surprised the fact that Permian was able to stay up with Euless Trinity?
Yeah, when at halftime when they were up 17-7, I was like, man, this might be a better game for West Texas. And then Trinity came out and played real well. They had a sack, strip, forced fumble that got taken back to the house, and that was really the turning point for Trinity. And that coach was real proud of his defensive players. And Matt, tonight about this game, you say there are no winners in the Globe Life Stadium. We got Southlake against Legacy. We're all winners. This is going to be a good game.
Somebody's about to do something big tonight. That's one thing's for sure. All right, joining us also for a little pregame action. Well, the one, the only, the Mr. Joe Hyde. Joe, hey, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing good out here. It's noisy as heck. We're on the baseball field turned football field. The game's already started. Midland Legacy did a 3-and-out. They got down to 4th and 40, and had to punt the ball. And now looks like Southlake is marching right now. They're not having, neither side has had much success yet. But I'll tell you this from the press box. When you listen to all those, I have an old buddy of mine from the Dallas Morning News of the press box, Brad Harris. He's telling me that Southlake Carroll is going to take home the mail today. And he said that Midland Legacy has no chance because Southlake Carroll, doesn't matter how bad their players are, how good their players are, they have the system, like the Patriots, the New England Patriots. And so anyway, there's a lot of people up in the press box who don't think Midland Legacy has a chance.
Okay.
Hey, that's typical of all those people in Dallas. They don't believe in the West Texas way, but hey, don't worry. There's a chance that we can prove them wrong.
Well, one of the things that's interesting is of course, Southlake Carroll's not far from Arlington, and you can see behind me the Southlake Carroll stands. I would say that Midland, which is 6 hours drive, that's over here, they have about 2/3 of the size of what Southlake Carroll has here. So we have definitely West Texas. We have some diehard fans. They travel well.
All righty. Well, Joe Hyde, we got to get you to work, my man.
But can I get one more question?
What you got, Trammell?
Yes, sir.
Joe, where are you standing at right now? Are you standing on the diamond?
Yes, I am. In fact, if you look down here, they have they put some kind of fake plastic down here to cover up part of the baseball field.
So if somebody threw you a ball right now, you think you could hit it all the way over there where those lights are?
Oh yeah. I'm right over here. I'm pointing toward first base, and there's third base right there. So yeah, but we were on this. This is all covering up part of it. But I'm on the Legacy side. I guess we're gonna cheer for Legacy because of all the arrogant Dallas people up in the press box.
All right.
Joe Hyde just telling it like it is. All right, Joe, we'll see you in Chadwick here after a while. We got to get you to work, my man. We got to get you to work.
We're gonna get y'all some good highlights. Y'all keep on. Stay tuned to COVER1.
All right.
All right, Joe Hyde breaking it down for us tonight as we get ready for this one. As he said, it's already underway. Midland Legacy, Southlake Carroll. Soon as we are not live with highlights, but we are live with us. Soon as we get action in, we are bringing it in to the show because this one's going to be a good one, folks. It has the potential to be plenty on the line. I'm thinking, for the folks out here in West Texas, this screams upset material. The folks in Dallas, they thinking, oh well, we just got this in the bag. It's just a lowly West Texas team from the Permian Basin ain't got nothing on us. Hey, I don't think they've been proudly introduced to McKylan Young or Marcus Davila, so we are glad to introduce to them who they are here momentarily. In the meantime, looks like we have boots on the. We are ready to go with some of these highlights. Trammell, what we got?
So Joe was talking about earlier. He was talking about they had the ball first. Midland Legacy. They went 3-and-out, and he said they were 4th and 40. Here's the reason why. Right here. Let's check it out. So Cordyce's going to take the snap. It's a throw all the way. He steps up in the pocket, has a good amount of time to find somebody, but at the end of the day, was wrapped up in the backfield. Going to be a sack, and the Rebels are going to have to punt.
Okay. Oh, my goodness.
Check it out one more time.
Yeah, that's not something Marcus Davila necessarily sees a whole lot.
No, definitely. The Rebels has a very good offensive line all season long, and the Southlake Carroll guys don't look that big. It looks like a quick bunch that don't really give up easily. Gets the sack. You're going to have to punt.
Okay. All right, so 3-and-out there, so we'll kind of see how this transpires. We'll come back to that here in just a bit. All right, so here, highlights tonight, courtesy of our little Southwest Conference sponsor, Angelo Bolt. They're also proud sponsor of the Matt Trammell live desk over there, as we'll check in with him periodically, as well as our guy James Bellini, who's kind of just been holding it down. In fact, we're practically running on fumes here tonight, folks, because last night we were down in Del Rio with El Dorado and Dejanes. It was a fantastic game. We'll get to some highlights of that game in just a bit. But I tell you what, this game, that's pretty much just been our carrot for the day. It's keeping it right in front of us, see what's going on. All right, Trammell, are we ready to go to a highlight back to Arlington?
Yeah, we are, but it's not going to be that great of a highlight. We had our correspondent in the pregame a little maybe too long. Southlake Carroll scores. We're going to see on the board here that it was number 2. So, Manny, do we have Ross? Hey, do you have a roster?
That is Owen Allen.
Owen Allen.
Owen Allen is
He's a junior.
Southlake Carroll's prize running back.
Okay, so they ran it in.
This guy's the real deal. He did a lot last season for the Dragons. Just a junior, so they got him for another season. So expect big things from him tonight. In fact, that's going to be the challenge for the Rebels. If they want to kind of stay in this ball game tonight.
All right, remember, folks, this one was a little janky, but don't worry. The rest of them will be right in front of the action. 6-0, 7-0, actually. Southlake Carroll's up.
Alrighty, so, okay, well, let's come back to the desk here. All right, so there we are, 7-0. The score from Globe Life Park in Arlington, Texas, as we kind of get ready to just shed some light on this one throughout the night. I tell you what, one of the biggest key factors in this one is what McKylan Young, potential all-state running back for Midland Legacy, what he's going to do tonight, how Southlake Carroll will allow him to operate. That's a huge question right there. And who else is going to be stepping up for the Midland Legacy Rebels? Marcus Davila kind of already seeing some noise in the backfield. Trammell.
Yeah, taking the heat. Those guys look pretty quick, Manny. They didn't look very big up front. What they did look pretty quick. So Rebels are going to have to remember their fundamentals, grab hold tight. Maybe the quarterback's going to have to make some plays down the field. Somebody's going to have to step up and catching the ball, because this is going to be a high-scoring game if they want to keep up with Dragons on this one.
Yeah. All right, before we kind of get to some more highlights of the night, let's go ahead and let's talk about some of our picks, because this one, I think, we were pretty torn on Mojo and Euless Trinity, but for this one here tonight, I don't think we're too much. I think it's almost unanimous.
Right. And I think Manny, it's all more of like a wish and a hope. I think we all kind of hope that the Rebels win. I think more of us may have bitten off more than we can chew, and I can say that's probably myself.
Yeah. Well, I think it's the homer in us in West Texas. We kind of went through this whole spiel with Odessa Permian this afternoon. Trammell, you were the only cat that actually picked Euless Trinity this afternoon.
I knew that they were going to get that sack strip. I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah. So, well, oh my goodness, yeah, you're calling Nostradamus on that one there. Yeah. But all across the board, Bellini, myself, Trammell, the only exception, Tracy King. She's the only one that cared not to pick with the Rebels this evening. Bellini, care to give us your thoughts on your pick this evening?
Yeah, I just wanted to be a homer, man. I like the McKylan Young kid. I think he can run, and I just thought that I just thought Midland was going to win. I want them to take it to the Metroplex. And
all righty, okie doke. McKylan Young, or not McKylan, James Bellini. Man, we're gonna have to get our video guy a little bit fixated on perhaps some of the what we need here this evening.
Here we go.
All right, so in the meantime, let's go back to Globe Life Park as we get ready. Let's see. We'll come back over here. Let's do that. And
So it's second and 3, Manny. Second and 3 for the Rebels. They got the ball, and it is not going their way. Check this out. Takes the snap, tries the deep ball, but look. Oh, overthrew him right to the safety. Interception. Dragons take over at about the 40-yard line.
Man, who is this Midland Legacy team tonight?
That's what I'm saying. That he didn't have pressure back there either. And even if that guy's not there, he's still covered. If you see, there's a corner right here sitting underneath. It's right here. This corner's right there regardless. Who's he throwing it to? Interception. Take over at the 40-yard line for the Dragons.
Okay. Alrighty, so that's kind of where we're at. 7-0 right now. Southlake Carroll leading Midland Legacy, and that is the first turnover of the night for the Midland Legacy Rebels. And Marcus Davila, we don't see him turn the ball over a whole lot. I mean, this guy protects the football, but then again, he probably hasn't gotten a whole lot of pressure this season. Seen that type of pressure that he's seen tonight with Southlake Carroll. All right. In the meantime, oh my goodness. Okay. Let's see. Trammell, are we ready for a highlight? Let's take it.
Let's do it. All right. Southlake Carroll now has the football after the interception. Guys, we may have, like I said, we may have bitten off more than we can chew on this one. Sends the guy just a little bit in motion. Doesn't send him all the way. Takes the snap. Read option. Has the pass. No, he throws it all the way down the field. Oh my gosh, the cannon on that guy. Touchdown, Southlake Carroll. Manny, did you see that throw?
Yeah, that's to Jacob Jordan. He's just a sophomore on this team.
Looks one way, runs the other, never even stops moving his feet. Look how far he throws that thing. That's probably a 60-yard throw.
Yeah.
Quinn Ewers who?
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, seriously. Looks one way, goes the other, throws the deep ball, catches it, touchdown. The Rebels are down bad. 14-0. Start of the first still.
Yep. Alrighty, so not what we envisioned here tonight. So far, 14-0. That was Kaden Anderson to Jacob Jordan. Kaden Anderson taking the QB1 spot since Quinn Ewers, pretty much the prep star of America, the prep star of Texas, since he decided to join The Ohio State, left high school early so he can cash in on some cash, some deals there, if you will.
Seriously, I think he's probably $1 million guy.
Yeah, you would think.
And that's only at what? 18 years old, 17 years old? Man, guys, I'm sorry. If I had $1 million in my age, I just, sorry, guys.
How can you say no to that to your family?
Oh, yeah, I'm down to go to Ohio State to play a little football. Who needs high school?
Yeah.
So
it gets very complex in that when you start throwing that in there. All right, Trammell, are we about ready to go back to Arlington?
Yeah, Midland Lee's finally back on offense. Let's see what they got. Hand off to McKylan Young, and once again, just stuffed. Nowhere to go.
All right, so
it just seems continual that this Legacy offense hasn't gotten going yet. That's a McKylan Young sighting right there. If you're an all-state running back, you better be able to run against this defense. Right?
Wow.
So far, doesn't seem the case.
Yep.
Stay tuned.
all right, kind of putting the clamps down on McKylan Young right now in this Midland Legacy offense. But I mean, there's a lot of different guys on this team. I mean, we've spoken very highly about McKylan Young. In fact, last week against El Paso Pebble Hills, he crossed the 2,000-yard mark in a season, joining the likes of Cedric Benson, Yeah, the late great Cedric Benson, one of 3 running backs in the history of the program to ever reach 2,000 yards in a single season. So that's who McCullen Young is, and that's what he's about. Hopefully he can get something started tonight, because if he can't, that's going to make this offense. It's going to. I guess I'm not going to say it's going to completely put the brakes on everything, but it's going to make things tougher to get them started. Nonetheless,
Absolutely.
You don't want to be one-dimensional.
Yeah, no, you do not want to be that way. So
here's another one given to McCullen Young. We'll check this thing out. It's going to be a read option, and looks like they wanted him to get the football. Doesn't matter either way. Still nowhere to go on it. Just getting stuffed over and over. Yeah. They're barely at the 20, about 24, 26 yard line. So they're going to have to get this ball moving.
You got to try something.
Do we say what down it is? Do we know where we're at with all that?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so we'll have to.
I think they said they punted. Midland League punted.
Yeah, that was probably 3rd down. After that, it's a punt.
Okay. Alrighty, so
with 5 minutes
we'll kind of wait to see how the rest of that shakes out moving forward. All right, gentlemen. Well, it's right now 14-0. If you're just barely joining us here on Cover 1 Live, it's 14-0 Southlake Carroll. We got the crew right here all working for you tonight, breaking this thing down, showing you some highlights, plus giving our insight about the game. And, an interesting tidbit about this, and I'm curious to see what will happen or what some of these guys do, because I was reading certainly with Southlake Carroll that, there was a cat that played for the Dallas Cowboys, Russell Maryland, defensive tackle from the 90s teams, and this is a guy that was known. It was part of the Super Bowl teams. Well, he has a son now, R.J. Maryland. He's a wide receiver, and this guy, he's committed to Boston College. This right now for this season, 49 catches, 897 yards, and 12 touchdowns. So you best believe R.J. Maryland. This he's got good stock in him, pro stock, if you will. So. It'll be interesting to see how much of that offense opens up for him tonight.
Well, I mean, that thing is full of ballers, Manny. It's gonna. If it's 14-0 right now, and there's 5 minutes left, I know that was kind of the thing in the El Dorado game we watched last night. But if there's some ball players on that team, a bunch of them.
Yeah, it's not just RJ Maryland.
I think we're gonna see some more open up, and if Midland Legacy doesn't have anybody else that they're gonna rely on besides McCullen Young, Manny, I think it's gonna be a long night. Are we gonna get Isaiah on the phone? I want to hear what he's got to say about it.
Yeah, we'll eventually get in touch with him tonight. I know he's producing. He's in the process of producing a video for a post-game video for us tonight. So we'll kind of see what he's up to with that. In the meantime, I think we're maybe about ready to go to a highlight. What do you say, Trammell?
Yeah. So the Dragons have the football, and this is just a little bit of some of the offense that they like to run here. Just a little screen right here.
So here
takes the snap, throws it right there, gets the bubble screen, but a good tackle by the Rebels right there.
Yep.
In open field. If he doesn't get that tackle, that thing might break open. So good tackle on that one.
Yeah, open field tackle. You always have to appreciate that. Looks like perhaps Addison Akbar on the tackle there. So something certainly to appreciate here. Hopefully, this is a good thing, a sign of things to come as we kind of get things going. Now, the last time that these two teams met was back in 2019, and this was in Abilene at Shotwell Stadium in Abilene, and it was not a pretty picture by any stretch of the imagination. It was dominated by Southlake Carroll, there was, I believe, the blue chip star for Midland Legacy that year was Loic Fungi, a wide receiver for Texas Tech, and of course the QB1 Luis Serrano, or Mikey Serrano, if you pardon me.
Yeah.
So these guys, I mean, they've seen this type of matchup before, where They have stacked stars, but it's like, okay, what do we do when we get there? And that's the whole thing with that.
All right, so it's third down, Manny. Can the Rebels get off the field for the first time tonight? They're down 14-0. The first third down of the game. Let's see what happens. It's a pass all the way. Good defense.
Hey-o.
Did not catch it. Guess what? They forced a punt. So the Rebels, hey, maybe they can get a stop if they want one.
John Washington almost coming in with a pick there. Okay, I see you.
Try to get it there.
And tell you what, look at that, Trammell. It's man coverage.
Yeah.
They're not messing with zone right now.
No, they're manning up. Just staying right there.
Yep.
Boom. That's what you got to do sometimes against these good teams. Yes, these guys are going to be really shifty. They're from Southlake Carroll. They're not going to be a big power team. They're going to be real shifty. And you just got to lock on. Eyeballs, watch their hips. Turn on them. Get it going.
This is almost like 7-on-7-esque whenever they start playing like that. So, hey, hopefully this is a good sign of things to come. John Anderson or John Washington, if you will. Man, good stop there. Hopefully Midland Legacy can capitalize off this. This would be monster if they could. All right, Angelo Bolt, our proud presenting sponsor of highlights tonight. And as they have been for the Little Southwest Conference for a good portion of this season. All right, Trammell.
So the punt actually, Manny, got them to the 2-yard line.
Okay, do we dare to take a look at it?
Yeah, we can take a look at it. 2-yard line. This is the first down right here. Hand it to McKylan Young, of course.
Oh, my goodness.
Stopped in the backfield. Now they're at the 1-yard line. I don't think they've had a positive gain all night long, really. It's just been one after another. They definitely have negative yards, I'll tell you that.
Man.
Maybe you can't get the rushing game going. You gotta, if they're just getting in the backfield, try slow screens, try something, try to get your receiver in space on bubble screens, try to open something up.
Even like we saw from Euless Trinity today, like get McKylan Young out there, maybe throw it out to him on a bubble screen, get him out in space where he can kind of make some moves. That's what kind of Euless Trinity did today with Ollie
Gordon.
Ollie Gordon. That was
He
the same
even
way
took
they
some
kinda used
He even took some direct snaps and did some things. And you might as well try it because this is win or go home.
Yep.
So
All right, so McKylan Young kind of getting bottled up in the early goings of this one. And you got to wonder how this battle of the trenches is going to go, because if they can't get something started there, it's going to make this offense very hard. It's going to make it tough for it to get started. And we don't want to see that. We want to see McKylan MK Young. We want to see MK just do some big things tonight, because he's a highlight waiting to happen, if you will. So.
Yeah, that's what you got to get him in open space. Once you get him in open space, he's gone. So here's second down right here, just a pass all the way. They found somebody, jumps, dives for it, puts his hands on it, but could not get it in there.
Chris Brazel, looking for Chris Brazel, and I wonder if this is nerves right now, because what we're seeing
in a big
right
stadium.
now,
There's a sea of green. This is a home game for Southlake Carroll, basically.
You got to wonder if this is nerves. It's what's going on with them, because this is not usual what we're seeing right now with the Legacy Rebels. These guys are usually just tearing it up right now.
Especially because if you look at this, Manny, where's the pressure? There is none.
Yep.
There is no pressure.
It's a clean pocket right there.
Right.
Very clean pocket.
Four stopped his route before anything was going. Yep. So they gotta get this 14-0. It's time to step it up.
Yeah. We a Donnie Bishop sighting. Addison Akbar, Nate Suttle. The list can go on. Chris Brazel. We need somebody.
Somebody's got to step up.
Yeah, somebody's bound to step up here with that. So, this is making me nervous, fellas. They're down 14-0 right now, and it's not looking good. Can't really get anything started. Have they even gotten you got to wonder this.
Well, that was second down. So in this, they have not gotten a first down all game. They really haven't even gained many yards. Remember, the first time they had the ball, it was 4th and 40. Second time, they threw an interception. Here's the third time for third down. Let's check it out.
All right, so third down here.
Hand it to McKylan Young. See if you can do anything. He gets a yard. They're back to the 4.
Yeah, so this drive started at what, the 2-yard line?
Yeah, started at the 2, ended at the 4.
Yikes. So, we're
Maybe.
talking a net.
I think we're actually at the 3. Yeah, tough go here.
Yeah, this is a very, very tough go. All right. Yeah, that's it's an interesting night right now, to say the least. I'll say did not expect this one single bit. I figured that we'd get more of a fight from Midland Legacy. Defensively, I mean, these guys they gotta be able to put something together here. A stop is one thing. They got to get that defense off the field, and this was the same thing. Bellini, you saw this first and foremost. That Permian defense was on the field way too much this afternoon, and I think it just kind of took a toll on those guys for the most part.
Oh yeah, it did. It was the same thing at the Cristobal game when Cristobal played Burton. When their defense was just out there. For that second half, they're probably out there for 20 minutes of the 24 minutes of actual game time. It just wears you down. And when teams are running on you, it just breaks you down.
Trammell, I see you cringing over there.
Manny, I love the big boys more than anybody in the whole entire game, and here's why. This is probably the best block you will ever see in the whole season, Manny. Whole season, this is probably the best block you'll ever see. 72 right here. You see him? First of all, look at his stance. He's got his hand in the ground. Look how low he is. Low man wins. He starts super low. Watch this. Set hut. Get the heck off me. That is the most explosive block. That is definitely a D1 or NFL type block.
Gosh.
He brings it from the bottom. He literally does a squat and or power clean and just throws this man to the ground. That guy's 300 pounds too. That's a big block right
pancakes
there.
right there.
Wow.
Yeah. Forget a pancake. That is a man cake right there.
No. Okay. This is a little uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah. This team is definitely running over them right now.
Southlake Carroll proving why they are a top 15 team in the United States, and I believe they're number 2 in the state of Texas behind Austin Westlake, proving who they are tonight. Here we are. We're thinking upsets. This is the team that can do it.
I didn't even think it was going to be an upset. I just thought this thing was going to be kind of an evenly matched game.
I was hoping for a upset. That's just me. You know, I was banking on that. That's not the case right now, and we're just seeing some big boy football. Southlake Carroll, Trammell, we can probably go ahead and take this, and we'll take this look here. Let's go back, and as we're watching here, this is just big boy football. I mean, 72 is kind of just moving some weight around as well again.
Yeah, you just find your hole, and that's right behind those guys. They're making it happen. They're massive human beings, Manny.
Yep, they're moving weight. I mean, this is domination right now, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why even attempt to throw the football if you're moving the ball like this right now?
Yeah, hand it off. They're moving about 6 yards a pop. That's how you demoralize a team.
Yep, you just strike at their will at that point.
Are you sure he's 72 or is he 73?
He said 72.
72. I was looking through the roster.
So we have officially reached the end of the first quarter of play from Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas, home of the Texas Rangers. 14-0 Southlake Carroll. It's very tough to watch in a sense that Southlake is just literally taking this game. And they're just moving Midland Legacy like none other right now, and that's just kind of what they're doing. I mean, they are not. They're not taking any prisoners. They're just doing what they want.
Yeah, to say the least, Manny. It's 14-0, but it really should be more than that, and it's about to be really quick if they keep moving like this. Just a handoff, it goes left, right outside the tackle, and it's going to be another first down for the Dragons.
And here they are. They're knocking on the door of Midland Legacy. Look at that, reaching about what's that, the 10-yard line, Trammell?
Yeah, where they're sitting at probably like the 8.
So, sitting pretty, that's for sure. Making it look easy while they're at it. I mean, because this Legacy defense has been plenty good this season.
Right. I mean, at this point, they've ran 4 or 5 run plays in a row. Why are we sitting linebackers at 7? Why are we not blitzing? Why are we sitting and letting these massive human beings come and put your hands on you first? Why are you not going up in there and trying to at least make something uncomfortable?
Or make it look uncomfortable. At least.
Yeah, at least.
Throw a look at him.
Throw a little stunts. Everything is just right. There's no even stunts in defensive line. It's just everyone get their gaps.
Yep.
This is gap play all the way. And right now they're getting roasted.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, Trammell. And I mean, you're seeing this first and foremost. You're seeing that firsthand. And that was a play to what in the first quarter.
Yeah, that ended the first quarter right there.
Okay. All right, so we're now officially into the second quarter of play.
It was actually first and goal too, by the way.
Okay, so
goal line alert.
Goal line alert. Goal line alert. All right, well let's see what the goal line. See if that's what Carroll tends to do with it. Now that they're knocking on the door here.
Second down right now. Hand it off to the guy once again. It's the same play over and over. Just hand it off. He's gonna go to the left side, and he's. It seems to be the same kind of concept. There's not a lot of there's not a lot of pulling going on within the line. It seems just man up blocking, and actually right there it looks like a tackle pulled. But I mean, besides that, it's pretty much just line up and get the man in front of you and just man up, power through it.
Power football at its finest right now.
It's going to be third and goal, though. Maybe the Rebels can get a stop.
Okay.
It's going to be at the 2-yard line. We'll see.
This is what they need if they're looking to kind of stay in contention of this. To hold them to a field goal right now, gosh, what a win that would be, because right now it's just not happening. All right, so let's keep the train going here. Let's go back to Globe Life Field. And, well, if you are a Legacy fan tonight watching, I'm sorry.
So here it is, third down. And when you run it, well, when it comes to third down and goal, you keep it. Quarterback keeper goes to the outside. Nobody even near him. Touchdown. Guys, if we're playing Madden, you turn it off. 21-0.
I know, it's like if you're on the Xbox Live.
Yeah, you got to
you
get
have
out.
left the context.
Skunk, man, I'm telling you.
Yikes.
So that's going to be it's going to be a long battle if they want to come back. But remember last night we saw almost a 19-point comeback, so maybe we can see a 21. It's never
There's a lot of football left, and all it takes is one play to spark it.
Yeah. Old Mo just needs to switch over.
That is for sure. All right, so as we come back here, well, that's what score right now, 21-0. 11 minutes left in the second quarter of play now. We haven't seen one single productive play from Midland Legacy tonight.
Not one.
Not trying to be negative Nancy in all this, because if anything, we have been some of the biggest homers of Midland Legacy this entire season. We are based here in San Angelo. We follow the Bobcats to the end of the earth, but we consider Midland Legacy the team that we enjoy watching. And tonight, we haven't really had anything good to say about them because they haven't really been able to put anything productive together.
It's ridiculous, man.
It's pretty tough to watch. All right.
Speaking of first two plays, nada. Here's third down.
Third down already?
Yes, sir. Quarterback takes the snap. It's third and long. They got to do something. Has all the time. Finds his man. Nope. Incomplete. Ooh. Another 3 and out. They have not had one productive play.
Chris Brazel, that's who the intended wide receiver was on that play.
Looks like he underthrew him a little bit, or they weren't sure on the same spot. I don't know if it was a sit down or a post or something, but it looks like he underthrew him. It looks like he may have tried to throw it a little bit down here.
My goodness.
Well, Chris Brazel's the man there.
Chris Brazel truly is the man when it comes to this wide receiving core here. The fact that these guys aren't able to get anything going right now is just absolutely mind-boggling.
And if you look, the crazy part is where's the pressure?
There's nope. Yeah, exactly.
Like that's the same thing I'm going to keep saying as long as there isn't pressure. Where is the pressure? We saw the first drive they got sacked, but since then, you have time.
Yep, that's tough.
You have time. You got to find something.
That's tough, Trammell. All right, so it is. If you're just now tuning in, it is 21-0. Southlake Carroll leading Midland Legacy. It's not pretty right now. The Rebels have not been able to manage one positive play, to say the least, and it's been really tough. Been really, really difficult to watch this. Goodness gracious, just hoping we can get something going here in the next few moments.
Well, the Dragons got the football, so let's see what happens.
All right, so here we go. Trammell, take us away.
All right, this man right here, who needs that other guy? This guy's a slinger. Puts the ball in the only spot he could. Look at that.
You know who that is, Trammell? That's the guy who we were just talking about, R.J. Maryland.
R.J. Maryland, look at this ball. Look at that. There's nowhere else. If I could pause this. Let's see. There is nowhere else you can put that football but right there, Manny. Look, he's draped through the defender.
Wow.
Catches, comes up with the football. It's going to be another first down for the Dragons. Here it is. 5-step drop. What a cannon, too. Comes in, tight spiral. Only place you can put it. First down, Dragons.
R.J. Maryland, 49 catches, 897 yards, 12 touchdowns entering tonight.
10 minutes left in the half.
The way it looks, it could be a long night for the Rebels. They need a stop, and they need a stop quick, fast, and in a hurry. Because it is getting ugly, and it's getting ugly really quick right now as we continue to watch this thing. R.J. Maryland just making a big-time catch as Kaden Anderson put it up in a spot to where he can only get it. Now, I mean, I know we're talking Midland Legacy football here, and we enjoy watching these guys. But man, that was something certainly to appreciate. Trammell, what else we got?
Well, Kaden Anderson's doing it again, Manny. That arm of his is on tonight. Steps up, foot rolling, gets the man out of bounds, but he catches the football somehow. Look at the hit, though. Fight still in the Rebels, at least in the secondary.
Yep. At least in the secondary, and yet we're only getting a 3-man rush, 4-man rush, if you will. No pressure on Kaden Anderson. You got to wonder what's kind of going on right now to create something on.
Well, I think they're scared because
side.
if they start bringing more people, they might get beat. But the thing is, right now you are getting beat.
You might as well.
Yeah, I mean,
as well.
what else do you have to lose at this point? Exactly.
You gotta start doing something. So bring the heat.
Yep. All right, so 21-0. I mean, the way things are shaping up to be, it looks like Southlake Carroll is just continuing just to pound the rock. I have no clue why Southlake Carroll would even want to throw the football at any point in this game. I mean, the way they're just manhandling Midland Legacy tonight. All right, Trammell. Do you have any good news here?
No, sir. Another handoff right here. Going to get about 8 yards on that one. They actually called the last play incomplete, so that was actually some good news. But this one, it's going to make it about 3rd and 2. 8-yard carry on that one.
Owen
toting the rock.
Yeah, Owen Allen showing why he's one of the premier backs in the state of Texas. And, you know, the Legacy, look at this, the Legacy defense, the front seven cannot get any leverage on them one bit.
No, it's moving the other direction.
Yep.
If the line moves 2 yards, you're going to get 3 yards of carry.
Mm-hmm.
If the line is moving 4 yards, well, this is what you see.
Yeah, that's for sure with that. All right, so let's come back to the studio here. So it's not looking too good. We'll kind of stay with this. We'll dissect this. Bellini, my goodness, if you can't, I mean, looking at this game, your thoughts on it so far? Is there any hope for Legacy?
I don't want to say there's no hope. But when you're getting whooped like that, you just got to get back to the basic, and you just got to start building good things on good things. Back to what I don't know if Coach Green and Cristobal has said this to you, but 4 yards is a good play.
4 yards is a darn
4
good
yards
play.
is a good play. So if you can just get 4 yards each time and just march down the field, get something positive.
I'll buy that. I'll buy 4 yards.
Manny, speaking of 4 yards, it is first and goal for the Dragons on the 4-yard line. I think it's just kind of coincidental, but it is. Handoff, touchdown, Dragons. It's going to make it 28-0.
My goodness. If you would have asked me to start the day, which game would likely have the potential for the most upset or the potential? Yeah, I would have told
The
you Midland
blowout
Legacy, Southlake Carroll, not Odessa Permian Euless Trinity.
No.
This one, I mean, just looks like a skunk fest right now.
Yeah, 28-0. Twos might come in a little bit.
Okay.
Shoot you up with the threes in.
Yeah, this is tough, gentlemen. I don't think we've seen. I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen Midland Legacy be. Well, I think you probably have to go back to the 2019 matchup against this very same Southlake Carroll team.
8 minutes left in the half.
All right, so
Yikes. 8 minutes left. We've already scored 4 touchdowns.
all right. Well, let's come back here to the studio here. So it's what 28-0, Trammell.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
28-0 is what we are seeing right now. I'm not sure that we have words for this.
Manny, I have some good news. Manny, I have some good news.
Thank you, Matt.
We have our
Trammell.
first.
We're
Can we get a first down bell or something for the
we're
Rebels right now?
slowly just-
We finally got our first down of the game just now. Check it out. Takes the drop back, throws it. That's the same play they tried to run earlier. This time, he caught it and hit him in the right
Chris
spot.
Brazzell!
Chris Braswell. First down for the Rebels. The first one of the game.
Something positive.
Okay.
Just build on
Positive.
that.
So this is our 4 yards right here. Although I mean, this is where you start.
This is it right here. Chip away. Chip away. We're going to have to start chipping fast. But it's 28-0. But they chip away.
Yeah.
Rebels get the first down.
Okay. So this is hopefully this is the start of things to come, and this is not. Well, hopefully this is. All right. So let's come back here. Well, so that was exciting to see. Chris Brazzell hauling one in for a Rebel first down. So there we are. Looking pretty good. Not too shabby.
I have some bad news already.
Trammell, don't.
So we don't have the film, but Southlake Carroll ball again after a punt. Word from the boots on the ground.
So
Not
the
ideal.
drive stalled.
Drive stalled. They did get one though.
You had something positive though, so keep going back to that.
My goodness. Okay. All right. Then we'll kind of wait to see what else happens in this one because there's not a whole lot of good going on right now. At least with Odessa Permian Euless Trinity, Mojo came out and just socked the Trojans in the mouth right from the get-go.
Did the Rebels go to Six Flags or what?
I don't know. I don't know where they went.
What did they do?
I don't know what happened before the game.
Did they? I don't know. Did they have? Did they go swimming at the hotel before the game?
I don't understand this, Trammell. This is mind-boggling. This is
Another handoff right here down the gut. Just run it right there. Forget 4 yards of pop bleed. If your opponent's getting 8, yikes!
And when you run it down their throat, that's just
Right here, boom, 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 rumble, rumble, rumble.
I mean, how do you have answers for that as a coach at halftime? How do you go into something positive to say to your team?
Well, let me tell you. Okay. Let's have a little therapy session here for Matt Trammell. So in 2015, the year I graduated, we went up to Ratliff Stadium. It was Thanksgiving weekend, and it was sleeting. It was cold as could be.
Tell them where you're from, Trammell.
I'm from the land. Don't forget, I'm from the land. Here,
Level
Manny,
Land, Texas.
Let me get full screen here, because I gotta get on my soapbox. So, we were down at halftime, Polini. We were down at halftime 54-0. It was sleeting on Thanksgiving, the day after Thanksgiving, on that Friday. It was cold as I've ever been in my whole entire life. And we were down 54-0 to Abilene Wiley. And we went into halftime, and you know what the coaches say? Well, guys, there's absolutely no way you're going to win this ball game, but it's the last game you're ever going to play, so at least go just try to play the game.
Try.
Thanks, Coach.
Well, I'm hoping, hopefully we don't have to get to that kind of speech, Trammell. Maybe if there's a touchdown in the Rebels this half, maybe we can kind of postpone that thing. But right now, it's
We got to get more than a first down.
yeah, that's for sure. All right, so let's go
At least
back
you
to
were
Globe Life
playing.
Field.
At least you were playing in Thanksgiving.
There you go. Look, the catch right there by Southlake Carroll. Going to continue to move those sticks right there.
R.J. Maryland.
Had all the time in the world. That's just, everyone's running curls. Look, boom, they just crossed them. Run curls. This isn't a man. This is zoned up right here. And probably a cover 2.
Yeah, Kaden Anderson. Look at the pocket's about as clean as can be.
And the bad thing is this safety drops because there's another one here, and he falls. If he breaks that, he could be gone. So they got to make sure that that doesn't happen or anything like that, because they can't afford another long play, man.
Yeah, no, they can't afford to give up much of anything right now, and that's kind of the honest to goodness truth in this one. So it is 28-0. Southlake Carroll leading Midland Legacy, and the Dragons are once again on the move. And I mean, this is kind of this has been the thing with the earlier game that we were talking about with Odessa Permian and Euless Trinity. At least in that game, we saw Mojo really kind of step out, and I mean, it was a true prize fight. In the sense that Mojo came out swinging, and they weren't going to give up until Trinity just forced their hand. And
really, that was a fluke win, man. That was crazy.
It was a wild game. It was a good game.
Missed that, y'all go back and check out Cover 1 earlier today. That game was awesome.
Yeah, it was a solid game. Scoreless third quarter of play, and it was a war of attrition. I mean, if you want to talk about, just all out wars of Texas high school football games, that one was a good one to watch. Both of them matched up extremely well, and that's just kind of how they play. It was good football to say the least. So, all right, let's go back to Globe Life Park. Matt Trammell, what you got?
A little jet sweep right here. He's going to get 8 on the play on first down. It's going to make it 2nd and 2.
Owen Allen doing his thing. No, that is not Owen Allen. That is Jacob Jordan.
It's on a jet sweep right there.
I mean, at this point, Riley Dodge, Southlake Carroll head coach, can maybe afford to be a little creative with his plays.
Just give it to him and let him work.
Why not? Why the heck not? All right.
At this point, they're all kind of running together, man. All these guys are so fast and so quick.
I'm looking at their stat sheet. It's not just like Legacy has McKylan Young as their bell cow. When you look, and I'm looking at their stats at Southlake Carroll stats, it's 5 or 6 people who each have 200 yards. There's several of them that can just move, and
right.
Even passing the ball at the same weights. There's several of them on there that have a couple 300 yards and or more. It's Maryland almost has 900 yards on the season. And
yeah,
it just
he's
weapons everywhere.
He's a good one, and right now, I mean, McKylan Young can't even get out of the blocks. I mean, that's just how good this Southlake Carroll defensive front is right now, and I mean that's just the beginning of their troubles. I mean, it kind of just goes on to with with Legacy. I mean, defensively, they can't really get Southlake Carroll off the field.
I mean,
that's what's
it's
really
still
tough to watch.
early in the second quarter too. I mean, they could get another 2 scores here, and we could seriously be seeing that.
Yeah,
Does the Legacy offensive coordinator know what a screen pass is or something? Just something.
I mean, a simple screen, maybe the flat would be nice. So it's tough to watch for that. So, all right,
Go pull the Patriots and run some rub routes or something.
All right, well, let's see. So we'll come back over here with myself here. We'll let Trammell get some work done over there as he's preparing some of the highlights that we're watching here. In the meantime, Bellini, give me your thoughts on that Odessa Permian Euless Trinity game. Did you feel that Permian at any point that they might have a chance to win that game?
Oh, in the first half, I thought they were going to run away with it. I didn't think they were going to come out and get just manhandled in the third quarter. And I mean, even in the fourth, just that second half, Trinity took over. The running back took over. That defense started taking over, and Rodney Hall just did not look the same. He looked completely opposite from how he looked in the first half.
Yeah.
I mean, he got obliterated on that hit.
Yeah, that was something else to see involving that, and there was, goodness gracious, there was a lot going on in that game. And the scoop and score is what really kind of it kind of let the wind out of their sails, so to speak, because after that, mojo was not right. They just couldn't get anything going at that point.
And they were still in it at that point. I mean, it was only a 4-point game.
Man.
Yeah, they were still in it at that point. So,
and that couldn't keep them. That's just how much Trinity pulled on it. That's just how good Trinity played defense.
Right. All right, gentlemen. Hey, let's see. I'm looking for that scoop and score. Let's see. If you guys come across that, let me know, and maybe we can get that on. We can show the folks there at home what we're talking about. Yeah. All right. In the meantime, right now it is 28-0 Midland Legacy trailing Southlake Carroll. They're at Globe Life Park in Arlington, Texas. This one is getting out of hand very quickly. I mean, we've only seen pretty much Midland Legacy come up with one true first down in this first half of play. Really haven't been able to muster up anything by any stretch of the imagination. So, I mean, it's a tough one to watch. But nonetheless, they're trying to get something going here. All right. In the meantime, let's go back to Globe Life Field. Let's kind of show you a little action here. So, Legacy with the rock, trying to do something.
Oh man.
Pass interference.
Well, I don't know. I think that's a little too close inside the lines there. They get 5 yards to do whatever the heck they want. You can put your hands on them. So I think that's kind of there. Maybe he's kind of jumping for the ball. Yeah. That's kind of a stretch there if I'm calling that.
The Legacy side is saying that they wanted a pass interference call.
Well, I'm sure they did.
It looks like, I mean, he was there. It looked like the play was, to me, from an outside perspective.
I think you get 5 yards to put your hands on him, and then he just is jumping over him for the ball. Yeah, you could probably call that, but like we said earlier in that Permian game versus Euless Trinity, these boys got to play.
Yep.
There was a play in that Trinity game where I thought they could have called it.
I got this for you, Manny.
What you got, Trammell? All right, so hey, we're talking about this this game earlier this afternoon.
Yeah, the Permian Euless Trinity deal. This was what kind of ended the game for the Panthers right here. Check it out. Manny, you can go for it. Go for it.
My goodness. So this is following a Euless Trinity touchdown. All Permian had to do is just hold on to the rock, but man, Rodney Hall gets rocked. And that's a scoop and score for the Trinity Trojans. And this one, I mean, this one was a close game for the most part, but man, this is what really truly let the sails. What really allowed it to get away from Permian.
Bellini, your comment on the thread was he got obliterated.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
And then shortly after that, because Trinity was just excited, got on the field, no helmet, flag,
No helmet.
backed up the kickoff, and even with wind, he kicked it out the end zone.
Yeah.
I mean,
I bet.
it just seemed like everything was going Trinity's way after that.
Yeah, that's when that momentum switched. Was that the first play of the drive?
It was
third
towards
and
the
7.
beginning.
That was third
Okay.
and 7, but it was the first set.
Yeah.
It was on the first set, the first series.
Yeah.
All right, so that's that. That's kind of what we were referring to. That was the momentum shift in that game, if there was any, because Permian was still very much in control. They were up 17-14 at that point. But at this point in this game that we're watching right now with Midland Legacy and Southlake Carroll, Legacy just can't even get anything going, and that's the biggest problem right now. And if they even want to have a chance to do anything, I mean, they've got to be able to move the needle. They've got to be able to move the rock. And hopefully, Matt Trammell, I'm praying that maybe you got a little something here for us, a little something good.
I think we do, Manny. Let's see.
Make us feel good,
We got the
Trammell.
linebacker creeping up, probably gonna blitz, but is that gonna make him rush? I don't think so. He's finally realized he can sit back there and do what he wants. Finds his man wide open down there, and that's another first down by the Rebels. They are officially across midfield.
Okay.
In opponent's territory,
For the
Manny.
first time, Nate Suttle getting in the action here. So Legacy saying, "Hey, perhaps
Yeah, they're only bringing 3. You just find your space
Yep.
right there, like they just did.
soft spot in the zone."
First down.
That
Yeah,
works.
You got other receivers in Brazzle. Throw it.
There you go. Got to spread it out.
All right, so hopefully this is. I mean, we've said this quite a bit tonight. Hopefully this is the start of something because this has been a really tough game to watch. 28-0, Southlake Carroll leading Midland Legacy.
You know,
I would say, what are we at about the halfway point of the second quarter right now? Más o menos.
oh, let me see.
Yeah, I mean it has to be. If not, this is probably the longest half ever.
We got a minute 40.
Okay, so-
well, that was a couple plays ago. It was a minute 47.
We're probably
so
what,
we're
about
under
a
the
minute.
minute. Yeah.
We're probably there at that point.
We are actually at the. Oh, we're like the no second mark. This may be the last play of the drive here. This may be the last play of the half.
You want to take it? Let's go back to Globe Life Park.
Yeah, and we
Matt
are
Trammell
at the 20-yard line, guys. It looks
good
like
angle.
we're knocking. Can we get in? Looks, shoots.
Oh,
Nearly intercepted, batted down. No good. I'm not saying that's the last play, but it very well could be. We'll see what happens.
that was their one and only opportunity this entire half.
Yeah, and through he had double coverage, though. There may have been somebody else open. That may have just been a specific play that, hey, we need to get it to our guy out there.
That was Chris Brazzle. That's your big receiver.
Yeah,
Throw it.
you got to get it to him.
And,
So
he went up for it.
yeah, maybe throw a little higher, maybe throw just a little more jump on it.
But
so
look
he
at
can
that.
just
I mean,
jump
you
a little
got
higher.
double coverage on Chris Brazzle.
Yeah,
Double
Who
coverage
else
on
was
him.
open?
and if you
Who's
look
on the
at
other
them
side
though,
of
the
field?
guys are smaller. You got to do like DeAndre Hopkins. You got to throw it really high to him, and you got to make sure he can go get it at the highest point. Put a little more arc on that thing. Maybe you can get it there.
All right, so is that officially the half now, Trammell?
I'd have to look.
Okay. All right. So we'll come back. We'll come back to the studio here. Right now, it's not looking too good. 28-0. Southlake Carroll leading Midland Legacy in the second quarter.
It was like there was 20 seconds at that time, and it was 2nd and 5.
I think we got
Okay.
something good happening,
Ball
to be
in the
honest with
12.
you.
Okay, we about ready to. Are we ready for something good around here?
I think we have something good about to happen.
Okay.
We'll
so-
see one more play. Pretty much 10 seconds left. We'll see. I don't have anything yet. No, man, I don't have anything.
Oh, we don't have anything yet. Okay. All right. We'll come back to us.
I might be looking ahead over here on the.
Okay, so we'll wait and see what happens with that. So we're kind of looking. This is the things are beginning to wind down.
Am I just
here in
not
the first
seeing
half
that?
of play?
No, I'm looking at
Okay.
Twitter on Matt Stepp's
Oh, okay,
Twitter.
I got you. So, looks like we have some good signs, though.
Okay.
We'll see what's coming up.
All right.
Oh.
Let's see. All right. So It's 28-0. We're seeing that perhaps Midland Legacy has gotten in the end zone. We were waiting to see if that is truly the case. Once we get that, we will show it to you here in just a few moments. But if that is the case, be probably looking at 28-7. Midland Legacy trailing Southlake Carroll at the break, and that's something that that Legacy just truly needed to get in the end zone to just do anything at this point of the game, because up to this point it's been all Southlake all the time. I mean, it sounded like a cheap infomercial, you know, what these guys have been able to do tonight due to the Midland Legacy Rebels, who've been the most dominating team in West Texas. And, you know, they're at this point, Midland Legacy is the last of the Mohegans, if you will. So, I take that back. You know, in Class 6A football, guess who, gentlemen, would y'all care to take a guess who survived from West Texas in Class 6A on to the next round? Anybody?
Amarillo High?
Well, in Class 6A.
Oh.
In Class 6A.
I know. I'm just trying to think of another 6A.
That is El Paso Eastwood.
Oh, see, that's not even West Texas. They're not even in the same time zone as us, man.
I knew you might have something to say about that there, Trammell. But yeah, El Paso Eastwood managed to get a win last night. So they are kind of the last ones standing, so to speak. Hopefully Midland Legacy can make it interesting. I'm still hoping for a win tonight. I think that's kind of as an honorary West Texan. I think we have to root for these guys here right now. So we're gonna keep this locked and loaded for you.
Yeah, if you're a fan of the Rebels, you gotta just keep on going. If you consider yourself a Rebel, you gotta vote for the Midland Legacy Rebels.
I was seeing that. Has El Paso ever had a team make it this far?
Man, I can't speak to that.
Okay.
Probably in the modern era, no. So that
would require a little more searching on.
Yeah, that would
The old
require a
internet's
lot
over
more
here.
searching with that. So, let's see. Are we waiting to get?
It's the halftime now. I think it's 28. Yeah, it's for sure 28-7. We're waiting to get that touchdown in, and also we're waiting to get Chadwick on the horn.
Okay. Alrighty. So in the meantime, I know as we get ready to bring on our analysis of this half, we'll go ahead and step aside. We'll take a commercial break after this. We'll be right back after this.
We know people in sales who tell their clients what they want to hear.
But at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Addresses Realtors, we're not driven by the end transaction. We want a lifelong relationship with our clients, which means sometimes we have to tell our clients what they need to hear. Our industry-leading team of real estate professionals is ready to help you find the home where you can enjoy life's biggest celebrations and smallest moments.
When you open the door to your first home or your forever home, we want to be there with you.
And while we may be a brand with international reach, we remain locally owned and committed to the San Angelo community.
Our company is built on the principles of trust, integrity, longevity, and stability.
At Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Addresses Realtors, we are honored to be your forever agents.
All right, Berkshire Hathaway, pretty much one of our bigger sponsors throughout the season, bringing you Bobcat, San Angelo Central Bobcat football all season long. In the meantime, we are getting ready for, well, I guess our Bobcat connoisseur, Ryan Chadwick, who's kind of, we've hung out with him all season long. He just tells it like it is. And right now, Chadwick, it's been a tough go for these Midland Legacy Rebels. Chadwick, just explain this game so far right now.
This is a good old-fashioned butt whooping, Manny. That's just really all you can say. There's been no turnovers in this game. It's not like one defense is dominating the other or anything, but It really comes down to Southlake Carroll can't be stopped, and then Kylan Young can't get going. In the first quarter, Midland Legacy had 4 yards of total offense. And then the second quarter, it took until the final drive for Legacy to get anything going at all. So it was great that they scored right at the end of the half, but this is not a good showing from them today.
Did you say 4?
4 total yards of offense in the first quarter.
Manny, 4.
I don't understand. I don't understand this, Chadwick, because
Is that minus plus the sacks and everything?
No, that's total. So, we're not including the sacks. If we include the sacks, they'd be in the negatives. So,
So, Chadwick, I mean, this game, I mean, you've seen enough Midland Legacy football this season. You've seen it with us. You've actually seen it up close and personal against San Angelo Central. What do you think is going on with these guys? Is this nerves or what is this? I mean, is there any way to explain what's going on in the field right now?
I mean, I can maybe let Legacy get away with their first drive being nerves, but after that, I'm not going to take anything away from how good Southlake Carroll's offense is, because they're just kind of overwhelming the Legacy defensive front. They're leaving their secondary in the dust. There's been several deep passes completed that Legacy doesn't let get completed most of the time. This is a very athletic secondary, and they're just letting guys behind them. The Southlake Carroll offensive line is getting too much push on the interior defense, and they're not getting any penetration. Now on the offensive side of the ball, Kylan Young can't get going because there is too much penetration on the offensive line. The Southlake Carroll head coach or the defensive coordinator, whoever's doing it, is sending all sorts of stunts and blitzing their inside linebackers, and it's just crashing down on Legacy before they can get anything started.
From what we're seeing, maybe not on the running side, but when it seems like Legacy's passing the ball, it seems like they have time back there. It seems like they're not really – the first drive they got sacked. But after the first drive, it seemed like he had time in the pocket to find him, and then we saw it kind of at the end when he started to hook up with Braswell down the end there. But what do you think that he's nervous back there? He's scared that he's going to get popped, or do you think that secondary is just that good?
Well, I mean, the secondary is pretty good, but I don't think he's Diaz just run scared back there. There's been a couple of drop passes and a complete and utter blown call by the refs, on a 20-yard pass downfield. It honestly looked like a one of that Super Bowl catch by the Giants back in the day, a little helmet catch going to the ground. That would have gone for 20 yards, So that would have been cool, but the refs changed their mind as they were setting up chains and called it back. So I'm not saying Diaz running scared, but Legacy's got to be a little frustrated by the way things are going right now.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
it is what it is.
I mean, Chadwick, we're seeing a lot what they're unable to do offensively, but defensively, I mean, this is a big issue right now because the defense can't get off the field without allowing a Southlake Carroll touchdown on a Southlake Carroll score. I mean, is there a solution is there a way to stop this machine that is the Dragon offense?
Yeah, the secondary's just got to cover a little bit better. The quarterback's leaving the ball hanging up there on those deep throws, so it's going to create opportunities for the defense to get under it, but maybe create a takeaway here and there. But, I mean, you can't lay this all at the feet of the Legacy defense. They've gotten 2 stops now. They forced a punt, and they had a turnover on downs on 4th down. So, this is purely at the offense's feet right now. If they don't produce, there's nothing defense can do. They're just going to get worn out.
Yep, that's exactly right. All right, keys to the second half, Chadwick. What do you think needs to happen? Is there a chance for Legacy in the second half?
We've seen how fast Legacy can score, so yes, there's always a chance with these guys. You got to get Kylan Young going. Even if you got to put him out on the perimeter and do a couple swing passes, get him in space, allow him to make plays with his feet. Get open down the field, you know what I mean? Put him in open space. Other than that, on the defensive side of the ball, just keep doing what you're doing. Do your best, to slow these guys down. get the guys in the secondary to stick to the receivers a little bit better. And like if you come up with a takeaway here or there, and a couple stops, like they're back in this game.
Yep.
I think it is critical that Legacy got that touchdown at the end of the half. So like down 3 scores is a whole lot better than down by 4.
No, that's very true.
Chadwick, just kind of what we kind of noticed, or what I kind of pointed out, maybe was. With the defensive front, if for Legacy, it doesn't seem like they're blitzing a whole lot, or if they are, they're just running gaps. They're not a lot of stunts, not a lot of crosses or anything. Have you been seeing kind of the same thing, or is Midland Legacy blitzing more than I think?
Well, I mean, they're not really blitzing, but that's not really what they do, And the couple times that they have, like they've gotten like they've really gotten burned in like just over the middle on crossing routes. So. I think it's just kind of a coach's battle at this point, just call the right play here in the perfect situation. It's going to work out. But the defensive line has got to get pressure on the quarterback. But like that's going to be rough because the Southlake Carroll offensive line is very talented.
Yeah. All right. Well, Ryan Chadwick, we appreciate you. We appreciate your first half analysis. Tell you what, let's catch up after the game. Hopefully we're talking maybe a little bit better outcome of this one. What do you think?
Right. Let's at least make it close,
Yeah, we can hope for the best. All right, thank you, Chadwick. Appreciate you, sir.
All right. Yep. Thank you. Bye.
Stay on there.
All right, so Ryan Chadwick there. Matt Trammell, hey, can you send a link to Mr. Isaiah Garza? I know he should be in my group text there. If you want to send it to me or put it in the group text, or is it the same one?
Same one.
Okay,
well,
so
actually, let me send it.
Okay, so we'll attempt to get Isaiah Garza here on the Zoom call. He is pretty much, just like you saw Ryan Chadwick, he's our San Angelo Central Bobcat connoisseur. Isaiah Garza is the guy who closely watches Midland Legacy football. And for one, he's a former Midland Lee Rebel playing for Clint Hartman a few years ago. So we'll kind of get his thoughts on a few things there with that as we kind of just tackle what's going on in this game so far, because it's 28-7 Midland Legacy leading Southlake Carroll leading Midland Legacy 28-7. This game, I'll tell you folks, it's been tough to watch. Midland Legacy has not been able to do anything with the exception of the last drive of the first half. That's been it. And it's been pretty difficult what we've been doing. So all right, looks like
I'm trying to kick him.
Oh man.
Here we go.
Okay, so
Just the play, Joe.
yeah.
There we go.
Okay, so looks like we are getting we're about to catch up with Isaiah Garza. He is the man with the plan that's been following Midland Legacy all season long. He is a one-time Midland Lee Rebel. Let's bring him in. Isaiah, good to see you, my man. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How you guys doing?
Man, we'd be a heck of a lot better if this game was a lot closer.
Oh yeah, me too, of course. But hey,
Explain it. What's going on?
Just a slow start, really. Trying to get the run game going. Of course, when you're dealing with a top 5 team in the state, a top 10 team in the country, running the ball probably isn't going to be the easiest thing to do. At the end of the half, Legacy went towards a more passing attack, and they put points on the board. So hopefully, going into the next half, we could see something more along the lines of that.
Isaiah, are you at all worried that the fact that McKylan Young can't get started, this offense truly can't get rolling, does that worry you right now?
No, because this is what I've honestly been, and like to make not sound. How do I say this? I've been waiting for this moment because they have 4 wide receivers that are legit college wide receivers. So if the offense would allow these receivers to show what they got, I think this game could crack wide open for Legacy a lot sooner than people would think.
We asked Ryan Chadwick, and I think he gave us his answer, but I think you are a lot closer to this program than he is. Do you think it's nerves in that first half, that first quarter, that allowed Southlake Carroll to get going, and Midland Legacy unable to do much of anything? What do you think was going on?
I think it has nerves could be a thing, but I think it's just like a vanilla style of play calling. They got to take a little more risk. They can't be worried that they're playing Southlake Carroll. They got, as play calling comes, they got to take some risks. They got to be willing to throw the ball in the early first downs. You know what I mean? They just got to be willing to use the athletes and weapons they have. Try to win this game on the outside instead of within the front seven.
Yeah, no, I agree. The keys to coming back and actually finding a way. I mean, it's one thing for us to talk a win right now, but let's start with some baby steps. What do you think needs to happen for at least to get some success here in the early goings of the second half?
Defense kind of stick with the plan and stick with what they're doing. They've gotten a few stops on Southlake so far. They just need some momentum. They've had some good punts where they flip the field, put them on their own too. They just got to stick with the game plan. I think offensively they have to take a little more risk. They got to get a little more involved. Spread the ball out, spread the field out, put that game in the back end's hands, make Southlake Carroll's DBs win the game and not their front seven.
Yeah. All righty. Well, Isaiah, hey, my man, it's always good chatting with you. By the way, happy belated birthday. It was your birthday yesterday.
How old are you?
I'm 22 now. Yes, sir.
I was going to say 21.
Well, happy birthday, Isaiah. It's always good. And, in fact, we're looking forward to catching your highlight reel of this. If you haven't caught any of Isaiah's reels, go to Quantum Leap Media. You can catch them on Facebook and on Instagram. Give us where we can find you, Isaiah.
At Quantum Leap Media on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, just at all social media platforms, Quantum Leap Media, QLM. That's the easiest way to find us. We post everything, every game that we go to, lots of reels, lots of mixtapes. It's good stuff over there.
Yeah, no, I agree. He's probably one of the baddest cats out there that's producing high school football films. So I'm a fan of his. You got to check out his page too. So Isaiah, tell you what, we'll see you in the second half, my man. How about that?
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
All right, Isaiah Garza, our Midland Legacy Rebel connoisseur of sorts. This guy always bringing us the goods each and every Friday night. More times than not, it's been just one heck of a highlight reel that he's given us for Midland Legacy. But tonight has not been the case, as we are seeing otherwise. By the way, we told you that Midland Legacy was able to get in the end zone to end the first half. Matt Trammell, looks like you're cooking up something there. What you got?
Yeah, I finally got it in. Here's exactly how it went down. It was a pass. This is one last play. There's only 1 second left on the clock. He throws it on an out play, and this guy makes a move on. It's 1 on 5 out there, Manny. Look, 1 on 1, 2, 3, 4,
Woo!
and 5 comes
Okay.
up. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Touchdown, Rebels. He's pumped up.
Okay, so look at this. Look at these moves right there. I mean, that's Addison Akbar. That's truly Midland Legacy Rebel football right there, because it looks like backyard football whenever you get these guys in space. Look at that. Oh, my gosh.
One cut. Take it to the crib. So he knows that people are going to be on him, so he gets to step backwards. And then the cut.
That's a beautiful play there, man.
Touchdown, Rebels.
We've been waiting for that all game long. Okay.
Boom.
Maybe.
Take 1, 2, cut.
Well, maybe this is the time that they put something together. Hopefully that is the case, because wow, what an outing there. That was a fantastic.
At least we have a highlight from.
I know we had it. We had it.
One highlight from the Rebels.
One last look at this, because this is just too good. Seeing Addison Akbar get in the end zone, it's the moves. This guy, Slick Rick, on this play right here. Look at him. Whoop! Whoop! Into the end zone.
Diving.
My man.
You don't get much of a better Rebel name than Akbar. Isaiah talked about the game plan coming in. I wonder if maybe that was something Legacy maybe overthought this week, was their game plan, trying to get it, obviously throwing it, you can move the ball a little bit. Maybe they need to change that up a little bit.
That very well could be the case with that, because these guys, I mean, just getting played right now. All right. In the meantime, do we have another video to go to, Trevor?
Yeah, so this was the reaction by our boots on the ground here. We got Isaiah and, of course, Joe Hyde. Here was the reaction of the touchdown.
I'm down here in the end zone where Midland Legacy finally put some points on the board. And I'm with Isaiah Garza, 2018 defensive end with Midland Legacy, and he also does a lot of camera work for us. So,
Yes, sir.
Anyway, hey Manny, we're going to talk a little bit about what happened in the first half. Then you can talk to Chadwick or whoever else. But I mean, Isaiah, from what I saw, the Midland Legacy had a real hard time getting the ball running on the ground, which means they couldn't set up the passing game.
Yes, sir. So the running lanes was definitely a lot looking clogged up in the first half. They got to get the passing going to open up the run lanes. Southlake Carroll being a top team in the state, they're not going to give up a lot of first down runs, second down runs, especially if they're basic inside zone, basic power. So Lee's going to have to open up the playbook to move the ball a little bit more.
Now, what I saw here, Isaiah, is it looked like Southlake Carroll has a lot of explosive energy on their team right now. I mean, coming right out, they had a couple of explosive games that really got the momentum on their side. You've been with Midland Lee, you've watched them all season. Do they have that capability to run those explosive plays to shift the momentum?
Absolutely, yeah. Midland Legacy has some of the best offensive weapons in the state. This game could easily be 28-28 within the first few minutes of the third quarter. So if Legacy comes back out and does what they're supposed to do, uses their weapons correctly, I think we can see a really good game in the second half for sure.
Well, this is Isaiah Garcia. I'm Joe Hyde with San Angelo Live, and we're out here at what's the Globe Life Stadium. Have you ever seen a stadium this nice?
No, it's AT&T.
Yeah, AT&T. Only AT&T can trump this, right?
Yes, sir.
Anyway, thanks, Manny. Back to the desk.
I love me some Joe Hyde. Joe Hyde just brings joy to us every time he's on camera.
Don't want to correct them. They're not at AT&T. They're at Globe Life. But either way, gotta love those two. They're rocking it down there in Globe Life Park.
Joe Hyde, if you haven't, if you're just joining, or if you just kind of just caught up to reality within the last few months, Joe Hyde, running for Tom Green County Judge, our former publisher or leader or commander-in-chief here at San Angelo Live. Hey, go check out his site. Go look into what he's doing over there.
You know, the big announcement was he was stepping down. He's stepping away from this thing, and he is. But you know what? When we have games in Globe Life Park, we need a pilot.
Yeah.
So it's like, welcome back to the team, buddy.
All right. Let's see. In the meantime, folks, we've had a pretty. Our weekend has been pretty solid. Last night we were in Del Rio, Texas, following probably one of the most exciting football teams in class. One of the lower classifications, Class 2A Division II, the El Dorado Eagles. I know we're probably bringing in a Permian Basin audience, but hey, this is next to the Midland Legacy Rebels. These guys are just absolutely fun to watch. In the meantime, here's a little look at our highlight reel from last night. Check it out. Somerville this week. Well, he and the El Dorado Eagles in Del Rio against Dehanis. Speaking of Metter, Corbin Covarrubias finding him early for a big gain deep in Dehanis territory. A few plays later, they give it to James Kimball, who knows what to do with it for the touchdown. 7-0 El Dorado. Ensuing Eagles drive, back come the kids from Sliker County. Corbin Covarrubias to his cousin Jason. Touchdown El Dorado, extra point attempt blocked, 13-0 Eldo. Second quarter, Dehanis knocking on the door, going for it on fourth down, but no dice as the Eagles defense bends but does not break. Under 8 to go in the half. Here come the Eagles. Covarrubias over the middle to Santiago Hernandez for a nice gain. Later in the drive, Covarrubias calls his own number for the 2-yard touchdown. Eagles take a 19-0 lead into the break. Third quarter, DeHanis not going into the South Texas night without a fight. The Cowboys going to Luke Langfeld, and the senior back is off to the races courtesy of this screen pass here for a big gain deep into Eagle territory. A little later, the Cowboys call on Langfeld again. This time, well, he hits pay dirt to make it 19-7 El Dorado to the 4th. Last time we saw Luke Langfeld, he was running it in for 6. This time, hauling it in for the 28-yard touchdown, capping off an 84-yard drive, making it 19-14 El Dorado. There's 7 to go in the game. The Eagles waking up after a number of stalled drives. Here's Santiago Hernandez for the 30-yard touchdown, eating up just over a minute in 6 plays. About 2 minutes left in the game. DeHanis trying to be the comeback Cowboys, but not tonight. Corbin Covarrubias, the QB1, coming down with the pick. Ball game. El Dorado goes on to win it 27-14. They get Fall City next week. After the game, a very excited Coach John Long and Santiago Hernandez.
Oh man, it feels so awesome. This is the first time I've ever won in 75 years. Second round, feels amazing. All my teammates with me, it's the best feeling in the world.
You know, our kids fought hard. DeHanis is a really good football team. They're coached well, and their kids are tough. And you know, we were a little sloppy in the second half offensively. Defense was amazing all night. We had a couple breakdowns here and there, but you know, our guys keep fighting, and that's what I love about them.
The last touchdown that you got in there, man, explain that. Explain what was going on. Coach said he was just wanting to get a first down, but you took it a little bit more.
Well, it was a play to Jason. He didn't want it. I'm like, bro, I'll take over it. And I saw the open gap, went right to it. The safety was playing up high the whole time, so I just cut it back in and scored the touchdown.
I really was just trying to get the first down and get stay inbounds, but that's what happens when you run some of our plays and they turn into big plays. So you know, he's one of our senior leaders, and he's definitely done a great job all year on offense and defense. I'm super proud of him. He did a great job. You know, I've been fortunate to be on some really good teams as an assistant coach, and I really wanted some Thanksgiving football for these guys, and you know, do what you're supposed to. You get to play Christmas carols too. Been a part of that as well, and you know, these guys just deserve it. They've played hard. They've done everything we've asked of them.
I've never been able to do it. It's an amazing feeling. It's just so awesome because I've never been able to experience this. None of my teammates have. El Dorado hasn't in forever. I just can't wait to experience all of that and more.
Yeah.
Just kind of recap on that. So say that again, Bellini.
El Dorado is squaring off against Falls City in John Gupton Stadium, Cedar Park, in north of Austin at 7 p.m.
All right, Friday night.
Yeah, so it was a big outing last night for the El Dorado Eagles. They were in. I know we were muted, but I know we're a Permian Basin audience right now. But here in the Concho Valley, we're following El Dorado. This is a fun team to watch. I think they have as good a chance as any to represent West Texas deep in the heart of the Texas high school football playoffs. So we'll see next Friday night, 7 p.m., Gupton Stadium in Cedar Park, Texas, against Falls City. All right. In the meantime, let's get to some scores from around the state of Texas.
Here we go. Deersky and Deersky Real Estate brings you the Deersky and Deersky scoreboard. We'll start with Lake Highlands at Allen. Allen's going to be playing Euless Trinity next week. We saw the Euless Trinity game earlier today. Arlington Martin, Louisville. Manny, The upset of the day.
Yeah, chatting with Isaiah Garza, he said that is not an upset. He said that Louisville is as good as advertised. Arlington Martin, maybe on the other hand not, but I thought it might have been. He's more plugged into the DFW market with that over there, so I'll side with him in that.
There you go. All right, Byron Nelson versus El Paso Eastlake. The team that beat San Angelo Central is done 63-14. Guys, could you imagine if this was Byron Nelson versus San Angelo Central?
Yeah, no. No. That would have been a tough one.
Byron Nelson's second team, too.
Dallas Jesuit, what did I say?
Dallas Jesuit.
All right, versus Denton Geyer. Doesn't matter how you say it. They're done over 56-7. Denton Geyer continues just another big run in the playoffs. Saginaw Boswell versus El Paso Eastwood, the only West Texas 6A left. El Paso Eastwood 28-21. Grand Prairie versus Prosper. Prosper 58-13. Prosper beats Grand Prairie. Tascosa versus Burleson Centennial. Manny, there's another West Texas team that won.
Holding it down.
Amarillo Tascosa.
Barely getting by, but holding it down.
Mansfield Summit 56, El Paso Chapin 7. Not close on that one. Midlothian Lubbock Coronado. Dang, another Dallas school knocking off a West Texas team right there. 21-17. Midlothian wins. El Paso Riverside beats Lake Worth. Springtown and Andrews unfortunately had to be rescheduled.
Yeah,
That did get rescheduled.
Our hearts go out to the Andrews community involved in that that car crash, the bus crash yesterday.
And they may end up not even playing this game.
Thoughts and prayers with the Andrews community.
All right, Fort Stockton versus the Dumas Demons. Dumas just had the upper hand on them, 31-6. Hey, but guys, look at this. A West Texas team won either way. All right, Clint versus Wichita Falls Hershey, 53-19. Hershey wins. Paris and Stephenville. This one was close, 22-10. The Yellow Jackets win. Aubrey versus Sweetwater, 42-7. Mustangs get blown out here in this one. Snyder Tigers beat Graham last night, 14-3. Manny, the
Tigers getting some Thanksgiving ball.
I watched that Tigers team play Jim Ned, and that was a heck of a good game.
All right. Here we go. Perryton versus who, you think?
They had somebody on the schedule.
They had somebody. It don't matter. They lost 57-7. We'll check back on that later. Early Shallow Water. We'll have to check that too. I am pretty sure. Oh, here it is actually. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure Shallow Water won that one. 43-14. Shallow Water wins. Whitesboro Bushland 21-14. Bushland wins. Muleshoe and Jim Ned. The Jim Ned Indians 49-20. It's next week, Brock?
Next week is Brock.
In
number one
Gordonwood
versus
Stadium.
number two.
Where at?
Gordonwood Stadium, Brownwood. Or in Brownwood.
What time?
They're in Brownwood?
2 o'clock. I
call-
can make
I-
that.
Well, I called
can
that
make
yesterday, remember?
Bellini's already trying to plan his Thanksgiving holiday over here.
Amarillo River Road 54 to Brock's 8?
No, that's
flipped.
the other way around.
Yeah, that's flipped.
Yeah,
right.
that's
River
the other
Road
way around.
Lost that one. Okay. Abernathy. Ballinger 45-26.
Trammell's not from the Lubbock area.
Down. Yeah, I'm not from there or anything. Yeah, Canadian 56. Another Concho Valley team loses. Sonora's 13. I think that district's out except for one team, and that's this one.
Yeah.
Brady 21. Stanton 13. Brady's getting a little Thanksgiving action, guys. We got a lot of good Concho Valley teams left.
Brady fight never dies.
Yeah. Lubbock Roosevelt 74 to Alpines 8. Those boys in A-Cuff put it on them. All right, Bells versus Eastland 67-37. Where is Bells, guy? Do we know?
Not sure, but Eastland sure knows where they're at now.
All right, 67-37. This is the one that was so close, guys. This is actually flipped.
Yeah, flipped.
Euless Trinity 28, Odessa Permian 17.
I wish that was the other way around.
Yeah, it should have really been, guys. All right, Colleyville Heritage versus Amarillo. Colleyville Heritage 31, Amarillo High 10. Cisco put it on Panhandle, so that's kind of close to us. Not exactly Concho Valley, but good West Texas team right there. 69-21. Big score, big win right there for Cisco. New Deal 28, Forsan 24. Sundown versus Holly. Holly's a little closer to us too. 40-22. They win. Post and Coleman. Look at that. Remember, Post Antelopes, they're pretty good. Usually they were dang good last year. 43-0 though. Coleman wins. That's a good Concho Valley team right there. Santo versus Roscoe, 33-12. Santo. Windthros, Archer City. This one went all the way down to the wire right there. 42-40. Windthros wins. Munster versus Seymour, 63-24. Munster. Olney versus Albany, 32-10. Albany. El Dorado, D'Hanis. Blaney, you want to yell that one out?
Fly, Eagles, fly.
El Dorado,
27.
27-14.
There you go. Rock Springs versus Falls City. This is who El Dorado will have to play next week. 66-20. That's going to be a very tough game. We'll see what happens in it. Bruni and Burton. Bellini's favorite team out there, the Burton. 48.
I have a problem with Burton. I have a problem with Burton's coach.
Granger 56, Yorktown 48. Granger up in that one. Sterling City 45 again. Van Horn 46-0. Rankin lost to Westbrook 86-38. That's another just blowout right there. They put up 86 points. That's probably a halftime. Jonesboro May 84-55. May. Lameda Water Valley 58-8. Water Valley wins. Montley County Balmoral 68-44. These boys at Matador getting it done. Richland Springs 53-Oldsby 0. Monahans 35. Van Alstyne 28. Midland Legacy Southlake Carroll 28-7. We're about to start the second half, so y'all stay tuned. This has been the Deerski and Deerski scoreboard. Check more out at sanangelolive.com/scores. Deerski and Deerski Realtors, the real estate professionals of Texas.
Also, that
whether it's a handyman's dream, a dream home, or perhaps a home on the range, Deerski and Deerski can help you find or sell your next home. After all, everything we touch turns to sold. Deerski and Deerski Realtors, the real estate professionals of Texas.
That Andrews game is going to be Andrews Springtown game is going to be played at 2 p.m. on Monday in the Mustang Bowl in Sweetwater.
Okay, so a little Monday Night Football.
They are going to play it.
Man,
yeah, I didn't think that was going to happen. Honestly, you ain't gonna catch me on no damn bus.
It'd be really cool if some local teams maybe send some bands out to play. That'd be
really nice to see with that. Gosh, that's such a tough deal. What happened on Friday?
I think their band director got taken in that wreck.
Their band director, his life was taken in that. So.
Yeah, and I got a family member who's a band. I got my aunt's actually the band director in Greenwood, and so she knew that's the same kind of area, so she knew the guy. She's kind of real shook up about it, but she was telling us that he was actually pretty close to retiring, or if he wasn't about to. So he's been there for a while. Prayer goes to all his family and everything like that.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, how about we get back to some action here, because Midland Legacy, these guys just trying to hold on for dear life right now.
Yeah, enough doom and gloom about that Permian Basin team. Let's go to the doom and gloom of this Permian Basin team. The Midland Legacy Rebels are down 28-7. But hey, start of the first half. Here's the kickoff. Legacy kicks it off down on the other side of the field. Let's see how it goes. They're going to take it. Coming towards us. Stop.
Okay.
So
all right,
we're ready to go. We're started.
We're good. Perhaps.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what goes on there. All right. So Midland Legacy trying to stay in this. It is 28-7 as we resume play from Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas, the new home of the Texas Rangers. There in DFW, and I tell you what, it's Midland Legacy. If there's a big play, if there's something that needs to happen for this team, well, I mean, they could really use a little help right now.
Yeah.
Some major help right now. So we'll kind of see how this one plays out in this. In the meantime, let's go back to Globe Life Field. Matt Trammell, take us away.
So the first play of the second half here. It's a little screen route by the Dragons. Takes it, throw it out there on that bubble route, but Rebels were there to make a big hit. So we've been seeing the secondary laying licks all night long, so they're not scared of it. Here it is once again. Bam! Put it on him. No gain right there.
Yeah.
Second down and 10.
Yeah, man, that is a big lick right there. Certainly That's a good looking tackle right there. So, matter of fact, if we want to put a name to that, that's Damian Johnson, the sophomore. Not too shabby. Not too shabby one single bit. So.
Sophomore playing corner out there making plays at Globe Life Park. That's how you get them started young.
Yeah, that's for sure.
They actually got 3 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd and 7.
Okay. All right. So, we'll kind of wait to see until something kind of a little bit big develops here. I think you're maybe perhaps facing a third down here, Trammell.
Oh, yeah, we can go down.
You watching that one?
Yeah, we can go down.
All right, so.
Yeah, so after the first down, they had an incomplete pass on 2nd down. And here's the 3rd down play here. Almost finds his man right there. Does he get it? We'll have to see if they move the sticks.
R.J. Maryland.
Right there. Outside shoulder. Great placement of the ball. But wasn't able to make much room upfield. If not, he may have even taken a step backwards.
Okay. So,
we'll see what that brings it.
Yeah. All right, so it was a completion there. Kind of seeing what happens with this team here. Right now, it's right around the 10-minute mark, a little less than 10 minutes left in. I guess we're here in the 3rd quarter. As Southlake Carroll, they're kind of driving right now, holding their. Trying to do something.
That was actually 2nd down. Sorry about that.
Is that 2nd down, Trammell?
Yeah, that one was. Here's that 3rd down play. Sorry about that.
Go back to Globe Life Field here.
So here we go. Sends one guy there. He's looking all down the field. Doesn't find anybody. Rolls out. Finally some pressure back there by the Rebels. And gets a sack back there. Going to bring up 4th down.
Okay. Well, we will take it. It's these big plays have been tough. They've been tough to come by this Saturday night when it comes to these Midland Legacy Rebels. So anything that we can get at this point is a win for the Rebels. That's for sure.
He was looking down there. Couldn't find anybody.
Yeah, that's for sure. All right, so I know we're waiting to kind of see what else happens here in this ball game here tonight. It's a good one here. I'll use that term loosely. It's developing 28-7. Hopefully, Midland Legacy has something left in the tank here that we can see. All right.
So, Manny, before we go back to the tape, kind of got a late start on this one. So it was a punt. It ended up being a first run that got them 2nd and 2. Ball's on the 40. Midland Lee fumbles.
Do we have a play to go to?
We can go to it. We don't have the full play, but here's kind of the scene afterwards. The Dragons are pumped up. They just recovered the football. There it is right there. So turnover right there. First one of the game for the Rebels. They're down big. They can't really afford a turnover. And they gave one up anyways. So that's going to be a fumble. Turnover, 28-7 with about 8 minutes left.
So that's not a good sign for Midland tonight. I mean, because they're already down. I mean, they're down 28-7. So at this point, they're needing something to happen quick, fast, and in a hurry. Defensively, I mean, this defense is. I mean, they're putting out as much as they possibly can tonight. They need a stop, perhaps. I think they need more than a stop. They need a turnover if they're really wanting to kind of swing that momentum tonight. Because without that, it's going to be tough to really mount a comeback here in this one, folks. As we kind of watch and see, I know McKylan Young, he wasn't really able to get much going, which is really, really tough to imagine because this entire season he's just been the all-star for Midland Legacy. I mean, just a true highlight machine waiting to happen. And tonight, that has not been the case. This offense has just been really, really tough to get anything going with all that. So we'll kind of wait and see what's in store for these guys as we kind of continue throughout the night, as we kind of see with all that. So, Trammell, do we have anything else to go to right now?
Yeah, I'm still working. I gotta find it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's something big, but I gotta just.
All right, so Trammell's.
It's gonna have to be an effort.
All right, so as Matt Trammell kind of gets us ready for that one there, we saw, I guess, really Southlake Carroll in that first half. They were able to really move the football with going through the aerial attack, but it was mainly a lot of rushing plays in terms of just lining up, mano-a-mano, and just moving kids out the way. That's what they were doing pretty much for the most part in the first half. To me, if you're lining up as a head coach, if you're lining up with these kids, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So it'd be interesting to see what Southlake Carroll is going to be up to here in the second half. If anything, if Midland Legacy has an answer, the defense has an answer for that. So, Trammell, I see you working frivolously over there. Anything good?
I'm trying.
Still on it.
Yeah, I mean, we can keep moving, but Midland now has the ball. I don't want to spoil why they have the ball, but it's 34-7 now.
35 to 7.
35 to 7 now. 34-7 is what it says.
Okay, so 34-7 is your updated score.
Yeah, it looks like after the recovered fumble, they scored in 4 plays. I'm trying to get. We have video of it. I'm just trying to get a hold of it. Trying to get my hands on it.
Okay. All right, we'll come back to you on there. Bellini, I see you. You're scribbling things down over there in mad formation.
Yeah,
what are you working on?
I was looking up 72 from Southlake. He's 6'3", 285 pounds of pancake chef. Man, he's a
pancake chef. I like that.
He's had one unofficial visit to Oklahoma State, and he's only a junior. He's coming back next year.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So I was looking at that, and I was writing down some stats.
Okay. Well, a guy that we saw this afternoon was Ollie Gordon, Euless Trinity running back. He is committed to Oklahoma State. He's a senior running back, probably one of the more talented running backs in the state of Texas. Next to a guy that we've seen, Owen Allen of Southlake Carroll, and of course McKylan Young of Midland Legacy. So, Matt Trammell, are you waving me down over here?
Yeah, we're not gonna. Maybe, hopefully, eventually we'll find that 35 score touchdown. But here we go. The Rebels have the football, and they're moving with it. Give it to not McKylan Young, but a different guy, and maybe he can find a little more room than McKylan can. They're eyeing him, so give it to the other guy. He gets a few yards here, but it's going to bring up third down.
A little Donnie Bishop action here. This play here. I mean, just fighting to get anything going here. Okay.
There you go. So this is going to bring up third down.
Okay. So Donnie Bishop, the Midland Legacy Rebels. Right now it's 34-7. I would hate to see what I mean. Pretty much Legacy has to hold the line right here. You would think a score has to happen in this drive for anything to truly happen. Trammell, are we ready to kind of get to another? Is it
third down?
Productive here?
Third down and 10. We'll see if it's productive. It's a pass play, a lot of pressure, chunk it up, tip ball, interception. Southlake Carroll now has the ball on the 30-yard line. Tip ball. This is just classic right here. Tip it up. Let your other player go get it. You practice it all the time. There was tons of pressure back there. He threw it off his back foot. Tip, interception.
Man,
Dragons take over the 30-yard line.
I just don't understand what's going on here tonight. I mean, is Southlake Carroll, are they just that much better than Midland Legacy?
We might be seeing the state champions.
They're just getting a whoop tonight, man. That's what we're watching.
Yeah,
this what it is.
Could be state champions.
That's flat out what it is. And I mean, I know in this region, we're likely to see. I mean, if this holds true tonight with Southlake Carroll, they're likely to represent Region 1. And, this could be another rematch with Duncanville in the state semifinals. That's where they met last year. And, but then again, if Southlake Carroll holds on tonight, they still got to get past a really good team, from Allen or Euless Trinity, and that's kind of down the road. So,
that's right. Euless Trinity did pull Allen next week.
Yeah. So, and that's going to be a great game, and both of those teams have just known to just give Texas just some magic moments and some wars in Texas high school football. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with those two. It'll be fun to watch tonight. It's just it's tough football to watch, folks. And for the Legacy Rebels, I mean, I feel like we have such a connection with them because we've covered, I think, probably every single game of theirs with the exception of Arlington Martin this season. And we've seen them just dominate teams one after the other. And to see this happening to them is unreal to us because, they mean so much to us, and it's just seeing them go down like this, it's tough to watch. So,
Manny, we didn't get this. I promised them, so I'm gonna fulfill my promise. This was that last touchdown by Southlake Carroll that gave him 35. Here it is. Let's check it out. Big time run here. Line it up. Just hand it off to him. Let him find the hole. And that's to the house. Ain't nobody going to touch that guy right there. Touchdown. Southlake Carroll.
Owen Allen, G to the O-N-E, gone.
This made it 35. And then remember, Legacy then had an interception. So this is about where they're going to be at next time they have the football.
My gosh. I mean, the Hogs up front just
getting manhandled.
Yeah,
moved out of the way. That's for sure.
That's tough, man. That's tough, and I don't know how you beat that tonight. I do not know how you beat that tonight, and that's maybe this is the beginning of the end. Maybe this is the end. I don't know, but Owen Allen, this guy, proven time after time why he's one of the best in Texas. That is a reason why. So.
Southlake group is good, man. It's not just their. I've filmed a flag football team 10 years ago from Southlake. They came to Angelo and played. Mm-hmm. I was reminded from a Cristobal parent that I filmed their kids playing flag football, and and then maybe some of them are playing tonight. Some of those kids were just so much further advanced than the kids they were playing in San Angelo. Or I mean, you could just tell that. Technically, they were just miles ahead, so it doesn't surprise me that what they're doing right now.
Yeah, well, they're Southlake Carroll. They're a good football team. I thought coming into this game that Midland Legacy would have more of a chance, would have the best chance of pulling an upset tonight, this week. Hats off to what Odessa Permian was able to do, but man, Midland Legacy is just. I mean, they're getting throttled right now.
Yeah, and there's still 6 minutes to go in the third quarter, guys. And,
oh, my gosh.
Yeah, this is going to be a long one, so strap in. We may see them score 80.
Yikes. So, hopefully we can just find...
Southlake Carroll versus Central next year. Amen. Schedule. Put them on the schedule.
Yeah, right.
Iron sharpens iron, but
that's right.
Iron sharpens iron. I mean, at least Bellini's an optimist in this. Us, on the other hand, I think we'll take another approach.
Heck, I'd go to that game.
Yeah, I'd go to the game.
Yeah.
If you can't tell, James Bellini is usually our boots on the ground for most of this. He's been most of the season, following some of the best football games in West Texas and. Tonight, I mean, he was boots on the ground last night with us in Del Rio with a great, fantastic El Dorado game, and tonight, well, maybe you would have been the good luck charm tonight, Bellini.
I went to Abilene today, and that didn't work out, I guess.
So you're 0 for 1 right now, but you're 1 for 1 on the week.
1 for 1 on the week,
yeah,
so
sure.
Not too bad. Trammell, what do we got? We got anything good?
First play right after that interception. The quarterback for Southlake Carroll actually drops the snap here and ends up getting tackled for a loss. So good play by the Legacy defense. Yeah, I'm still stuck with this today. earlier today. No, this is the Legacy defense here. Gets on top of it. Doesn't able to get the fumble, but doesn't let him make something out of it anyways.
Okay. Well, it's almost like the water boy from the movie Waterboy, when he's like, well, he kind of just drops the ball, has an opportunity to kind of dust it off, pick it up, You know what I mean? Well, that's kind of where we're at right now with the luck of Midland Legacy and kind of what they're able to do to
if you look
Southlake Carroll.
You're right, Manny. If you look at the right side of that line, I mean, that's the way the ball rolled. And look at these two right here. They're just like, yeah, okay. Go grab it. Go try to grab it. Whatever.
It's your turn to have the ball, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I dare you.
That's kind of just their luck right now.
Earlier at the Useless Trinity game, what were you thinking when that lineman picked up the fumble?
It wasn't actually a lineman.
It wasn't?
That was the tight end. I thought it was a big boy, and I was like, oh, this is going to be a really great touchdown.
He was trucking it, dude. He was hauling it.
Because I didn't really catch it. I was looking through my phone, I was looking at it, and there was kind of just this pile, and I just see this big guy running. I'm like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, that was I mean, usually we don't see the Hogs get an opportunity to get the rock there,
but it's fun when they do, and I'm happy that when coaches give them offensive lineman recognition, and I'm happy when they get some recognition because they don't get a whole lot,
Yeah.
Oh, this game, I'll tell you, if you're watching Cover 1 today, we gave them all the love because, dude, that was a slobber knocker. Those people on both sides of that U.S. Trinity Odessa, they were moving bodies, both sides.
They have. You talked about this earlier this year about how they have a big Islander community. And they did the haka.
Yeah,
before and after the game.
Sippy towel.
And that was really neat to watch that and be a part, just to be there. I was privileged to watch that.
Most folks. I mean, it's checking off something off the old bucket list when you get to see one of those, and it's pretty cool to see that. So
and that's an intimidation thing too. You see that, and it's the whole team. They're all in it, and they're all taking it very seriously. That was very neat.
Yeah,
I was very happy to be there for that.
Yeah, so hey, speaking of that play that we're talking about, I just found it, and we'll chime in with this. And in the meantime, before we do that, Trammell, how about we show what do we got here?
2 minutes left in the third quarter. That last play we saw was actually third down, so fourth down, the Rebels got to stop. And so they're going to force a field goal. The kick is up, and guess what, guys? Hits the crossbar.
Doink!
No good. Midland Legacy ball. They got off the field.
If you call it, you should get a point. I'm gonna hit the crossbar. You should get a point.
There you go.
So keeping hope alive.
So no points there. 35-7.
35-7. All right.
And where were they on the field? Do we know?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About the 25, 30-yard line.
So they're getting in decent field position.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah,
sorta.
Well, that's very loose.
They're going to get the ball on the 21-yard line.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Okay. All right, so this play that we were talking about a little bit earlier with Odessa Permian and Euless Trinity, where it was a big boy kind of picking it up, but Bellini says it wasn't a big boy. It was a tight end?
Big tight end.
Yeah, so we'll go out to this, and we'll show you what we're talking about here. This was here in this is the first quarter play there, and fumble, and then the big guy just kind of just rumbles.
Yeah, I was saying, Bellini, if I was the corner right there, it's like, I'm supposed to tackle this guy? A refrigerator running at me.
No, sir.
You're making a career decision.
Yeah, that's right.
A career decision is the best way to explain that.
It's like, I tried, coach.
I mean, look at that guy. No way. I don't want that smoke. Yeah, picks it up. Yeah, none of those defenders. Get out of here.
I mean, he's all in, man. That was awesome.
Yeah, what a play there. That big old guy right. Yeah, no, not I.
The whole game was fun, man.
All right, yeah. So there we are. We have arrived to this point. So it is 35-7. Southlake Carroll leading Midland Legacy. This one, my goodness, I don't know what else to say about this one, fellas.
You know, Bellini, I know you've been to Shotwell 100 times, and it would be awesome
I've
to
been
go
there
to
a lot
Globe
this
Life
year,
Field, but honestly, it was probably better to go to Shotwell today. At least it was a little more interesting than it is. I would not want to be at Globe Life right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
want to
here's
know why
why.
other people get to fly to games and I have to drive to games.
There you go. You had to stop in old Bronte.
Yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely had to.
Yeah, tell us the story about that, Bellini.
Well, I was heading up and I had about 150 miles left in my vehicle, so I knew I could make it. I was like, I'll just get gas. Then got a phone call. I was like, hey, bring us Arby's. My family wanted Arby's, so we don't have one here. And I'm probably about 10, 15 miles. I'm not far enough to where I wasn't going to turn back because I was like, I'm already too far.
Yeah.
And I was in the hills and had a little pop up as
Down in the Buffalo Gap.
I had 50 miles left in my tank, and we went to Del Rio last night, and I woke up this morning and I was tired, and I drove there tired, and running up and down the sidelines gets exhausting, and suddenly I was wide awake, and it's like and I saw it was 62 miles to San Angelo, and I had 50 miles left. I was like, well, I'll make it to Bron, hopefully. And then it was the 405. Is that Chad? Mm-hmm. He said, get gas, man. I just should have, out of principle, just not got gas. Don't tell me how to run my life. I should have just not got gas and broke down between Angelo and...
Well, Bellini called me and was like, hey, you don't want me to come on the show tonight? And at first, he called me, and I just answered and said, hey, did you run out of gas yet? Is that why you're calling me to come pick you up? So
I need Addie's dad to bring me a gas tank.
Yeah. Speaking of out of gas, let's go back down to Globe Life Park. It's 3rd and 10, guys. It's 3rd and 10. What do you do on 3rd and 10? Maybe not an inside zone, but that's what we're going to do anyways. Hand it off to McKylan Young. It goes absolutely nowhere. Going to bring up 4th down.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Isaiah talked about the questionable play calling.
Because, McKylan Young has just been so on this entire season, and play calling can really kind of wear you down.
Not getting it to him in space. And Isaiah saying it's not that it's like questionable play, it's just not risky.
Right.
It's 3rd and 10. You're running an inside zone.
Yeah, watch that. That's the
Wait, this is 3rd and 10, Trammell?
3rd and 10, they're running an inside zone. Bring up 4th down, they're going to go for it. I'll show y'all.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. So that's kind of what Midland Legacy's up to tonight.
That's the opposite of getting McKylan Young in space.
Yeah, that is the exact opposite. Trammell, do we care?
It's going to bring up 4th and 8 right here, less than 2 minutes in the 3rd quarter. No, this is actually a good play because they ran it on 3rd and 10, so pass it on 4th and 8. Finds his man right there, spin move, going to get the 1st down, move the chains.
He just wanted to keep us involved. That's what he wanted.
That's it. Wanted to play the extra down on that series right there. Gets it on 4th down, moves the chains.
All right, so right now, 35-7 if you're just now joining us here on COVER1 Live, a special presentation of COVER1 Live as Midland Legacy trails Southlake Carroll 35-7 at Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas, home of the Texas Rangers. Finally, spark of life, maybe? I don't know.
We'll see.
It was a great play. It was a great play nonetheless. But is it enough to get...
That's the last play of the 3rd quarter.
My goodness. We are officially in 4s.
Hold it up, boys.
Let's
go finally in our 4s.
Finally in the 4s.
All right, so with the 4 comes another 4th down. It's going to be 4th and 1. This comes after 3 straight plays after that last 4th down conversion. Let's see if they can do it again. 4th and 1, less than 12 minutes left. 4th quarter. This could be the end of the Rebel season, so they really got to get this one. The ball is still in enemy territory, so it's 4th and 1. If they don't get it, Southlake Carroll is just going to be in another position to score. Handoff right here, not to McKylan Young, but to the other guy, and it's stopped in the backfield. Turnover on downs. Southlake Carroll has the ball on the 46-yard line.
Okay, so that's where we stand. It's been that kind of night. It's been that kind of night for Midland Legacy.
It's 4th and 1, and you're not going to pass. You clearly are not been passing the whole game. So why are you coming out of the shotgun and not running downhill football?
Well, look at 32. Look at the blitz that Southlake Carroll's bringing on this play.
Because they know they're running the inside zone. That's all they've done all game long. And then you don't give it to your powerhouse, man. I don't know. I don't know about this, Manny.
Yeah,
it doesn't even look like the same Midland Legacy team we saw that beat the dog out of Central.
No, I mean, it does not look like it. I mean,
not the same play calling, nothing.
It's like it's almost very timid.
Running
very
in the middle of the
tonight.
field, you're just running this clock.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, that's what makes that just difficult to watch at that point there. So, I don't know. Hopefully, I keep on saying hopefully, and I'm running out of hopefullys.
Yeah, it's getting kind of late.
Feels
here.
like I mean we now are officially in the fourth quarter of play here, because the way things are looking, this is looking like a Southlake Carroll route of Midland Legacy. Let's go back to Globe Life Field here. Matt Trammell bringing us some other.
Just a quarterback run out to the right, designed all the way, cut back right there, get it all the way to the 35-yard line.
Jacob Jordan just kind of making it look way easy. And look at the hogs on the O-line right here.
Yeah, it's 2nd and 5 to start this right there. That's past the first, and he gets a little more from that. Going to bring up another 1st and 10 for the Dragons.
Even Owen Allen coming out of the backfield, or he's
blocking.
Yeah, I mean he's doing his job right here. Boom. Number 2
look,
right
he sets
there.
the edge. That's very important right there. Because if not, 11's making that play.
I mean, it's just the little things that Southlake Carroll's doing tonight to kind of separate themselves. Midland Legacy has been absolutely on all season long, except tonight, and that's just been the name of the game. Tough to watch.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, man. Well, I think the highlight of pretty much the last 20 minutes has been James Bellini's story about how he almost ran out of gas coming back from Abilene, Texas. From Abilene to San Angelo today. I mean, you got some Arby's there to as a consolation.
Oh yeah. I've had fun this season. I know it's a lot of driving. I know I've gone to Fredericksburg and Mason and Snyder and
you've been
Abilene
here and there, everywhere.
I've had a lot of fun this season, dude. I had fun last season doing it. Going to Dallas was fun, and that was a lot of driving in one day.
Yeah.
Dallas and back in one day.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
And I'm already game planning for next week, and I'm looking at
we'll see what we can do for you there.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Right here, just a handoff right there. It's 2nd and 10. Going to make it 3rd and 5. Just another handoff right there to their main man. Give it to him. And let
Owen
him
Allen taking kids
rumble.
with him, too. Look at that.
Rumble all the way down there. Going to bring up 3rd and 5 or 3rd and 3.
And as we see Clint Hartman just kind of I can't imagine what's going through the mind of Clint Hartman right now. I know for one he feels for this team, Team 61, the 61st Midland Legacy, Midland League team.
They keep count like that?
What's that?
They keep count like that?
They keep count. This is Team 61.
Oh, that's tradition, I guess.
Team 61.
You got to feel for your seniors.
I know.
The underclassmen. This
Well, they have a lot of pride. They're in that side of Midland with Midland Legacy football, and of course. But as we know, pride that can't get you a win.
Yeah, they think they have tradition. They're playing Southlake Carroll. Yeah. Have you ever heard of half the NFL quarterbacks? I mean, if you think about it, so many of those quarterbacks from the NFL that come from out of Texas come from Southlake Carroll. It's just a quarterback. Factory, I guess.
Yeah, I mean Greg McElroy, Alabama guy. I mean, he was.
Who else? Nick Foles?
No, Nick Foles was Austin Westlake.
And so was Drew Brees, I think.
Drew Brees was Austin Westlake as well.
Colt McCoy? No, that's Jim Ned.
Yeah, but no, Greg McElroy, Alabama standout.
Can you look that up for me, James?
I'll look that up.
Give me famous football players from Southlake Carroll. I guarantee you the list is outrageous. And this is why right here. Here's another one that might be famous one day. Just the same guy who's been tearing it up all night.
Owen
to the left
Allen.
side. Owen Allen to the left side, cutting it up. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. Southlake Carroll goes up 42-7.
I mean, let's look at this play, Trammell. I mean, I know he's got some great blocking, but just the way he's just maneuvering around.
Right. He actually got hit at the line of scrimmage. Got hit again there at the 20. Got hit at the 10. Got hit at the 5. Didn't matter. Touchdown.
My goodness. Owen Allen just making it look way too easy. And I know this Legacy defense is much better than that. That's why it's one of those moments. It's kind of just watching this game. It's like, man, we have seen you perform so well this entire season.
It's like boys among men.
Yeah, that's
for no reason. For no reason whatsoever. It shouldn't even be that way.
Yeah, that's kind of exactly what that is there. So,
all right, we got that listed. It's not actually as impressive as...
Really?
It's really not.
Oh, wow.
Greg McElroy, I mean, he went to Alabama and he played for the Jets. Chase Daniel kind of bounced around the league. Decent backup.
Yeah.
Little Jordan Humphrey. That's as far as quarterbacks go. That's it. Little Jordan Humphrey.
Yeah,
Texas. He went to the Saints. I want to say he went to the Saints.
Is he still in the league?
I think so.
I remember covering him at South when he was in high school, and then whenever he was at Texas, of course. But he was a standout athlete. I think for a while they were trying to make him into a wide receiver at Texas, but then I think they gave him an opportunity to kind of do some different things.
Yeah, I think he kind of that Cordell Patterson type thing where the who was it? Oh, he went to Stanford.
Yeah,
Montgomery, I think was his name. And they receiver, running back, and I still think Humphrey's at New Orleans, to be honest with you.
Yeah. But anywho, it is now 42-7. If you're just now joining us, 42-7. Southlake Carroll leading Midland Legacy. We're about 8:57 left in this game, and this is, well, we're just kind of
moseying on down.
Yeah.
Speaking of moseying on down, looks like the Rebels moseyed on down to the red zone, Manny. Somehow, some way. 3rd and 2 right here from the 15-yard line, and he finds somebody going to get out of bounds. Looks like number 4. Who's that?
That would be Donnie Bishop.
Donnie Bishop right there. Okay, so that's going to get the Rebels a first down, and I think it may be 1st and goal. Yep, looks like 1st and goal for the Rebels at about the 4-yard line.
Okay, well, we'll take it. Anything at this point to keep it honest, points would certainly help to do that. It's 42-7, 8 minutes to go left in this game. The clock cannot run out fast enough if this is going to be the outcome. So we'll kind of see what the rest holds for us tonight.
Here we go. Give it to McKylan Young. See if you can score. Stuff in the backfield. I mean, there's too many bodies back there to have anything happen, Manny.
I feel for this guy because he hit the 2,000 yard. This guy didn't hit the 2,000 yard mark this season. Didn't become one of 3 Midland Legacy Rebels in program history to reach that milestone for nothing. And the way he's just being stopped tonight is just, it's like Kryptonite hits Superman. That's the way it is.
Yep. Pretty sure Kryptonite was green too, so there you go.
Oh man, yeah. Adding a little insult to injury there.
I don't know, man. This is bad. Looks like it's going to be 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
Okay. All right. Maybe we have room for one more Midland Legacy touchdown before this thing just gets. I mean, I know it's at this point it feels like it's just crazy out of control, but maybe that there's something left in the tank for Midland Legacy to at least get a touchdown to keep it honest. In the meantime, I do like what we're seeing here. Let's go back to Globe Life Park. Hey, maybe a nice little play here.
Yeah, throw to the flat, get back to that 4-yard line where you started, but hey, you're moving the football in the right direction.
Addison Akbar, the only guy on, or the only touchdown coming from him this evening.
That's a tight end right there, just coming on the flat. Nobody was there to pick him up. All these guys ran him off, kind of. Had him right there, the blitzing linebacker. Had him right open in the flat. Got to kind of fight a little bit more than that, but got all the way to about the 4-yard line.
Yeah, not bad at all. Maybe this is so that puts it inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, back to the 4.
Okay, well, we'll take it.
It's like 4, 7, 4.
Yeah.
So
there we go.
3rd down.
All right. So as things kind of just, it's 42-7. Midland Legacy on the 4-yard line of Southlake Carroll right now. Knocking on the door. Trammell, what do we got?
It's third down and 3. Hand it to McKylan Young inside zone.
Gosh,
another stuff right there.
Just 32 in his kitchen right there.
And he just tripped him up on the backside. That's good fundamentals. They teach you run that hill line. That's exactly what he did. He saw it was a run the hill line. You'll meet him even if you just trip him up.
Gosh,
gonna be 4th down and about 2. But the Rebels got us go for the touchdown. They got to. Let's see if they can get it.
Get something positive at the end of the game.
Yeah, I mean at least one more for the Gipper, you know.
And, he's a senior. Young's a senior. Let him get one more.
Yeah, that'd be nice to see. Not sure. Well,
it's not quite going out
John
Elway did.
Just gonna say.
Are we going to go on a limb that's saying that did not happen?
Midland League could not score, and Southlake Carroll's going to start on the 12-yard line, so most likely was a play for a loss.
Yeah, that's something.
Also, Isaiah now says that Southlake Carroll has their 3rd strings in.
Oh my goodness! Wow. Okay, that's kind of where we're at in this one, folks. I mean, we can take a look at if you're, 3rd stringer guys. So Kaden Anderson, the Southlake quarterback, is not in this one anymore. Looks like just because, well, Riley Dodge pulling his starters, saving them for next week. I think
it might be Caden Jackson at this point.
Yeah, so it looks like they will get Louisville next week. This is the way it's looking. 42-7 right now. Southlake Carroll over Midland Legacy. I mean, this looks like Carroll is approaching another score. Wouldn't you say, Trammell?
Yeah, they're already at the 12-yard line, shifting some people out there. He held his hand back right there, and he called for the screen, and he got it all the way down to about the 4-yard line. Flag on that one as well. Looks like probably a late hit. Oh, looks like probably a late hit. Sorry, can you?
Yeah, I got you.
Bet. Thanks for the save there. All right, here's the next one here. We can go right into it. So got the ball to the 4-yard line. Quarterback keeper wasn't able to get in, but got it to the 1. Again, quarterback keeper. Number 9 looks like he was there to stop it.
So that is not Kaden Anderson. That is a backup that's getting some playoff reps here. Man, this is we could be seeing another Southlake Carroll touchdown here before long. Trammell, are you seeing anything else there as we come back to the desk? So right now, Carroll
looks like it's 3rd down.
Knocking on the door. The 4th quarter, probably right at the 6-minute mark or less. This game at this point cannot move any faster.
We still got 6 minutes.
Yeah, I mean that's where we're at. It's been one of those type of days for West Texas. Did not expect this to be happening to some of these teams here this week. But
so against the 3rd string here, the Legacy Rebels get a stop on 3rd down. Gonna make it 4th, Manny. They held them.
Okay.
It's their 3rd string.
For all it's worth.
Okay, so maybe a little life there. Kudos to that Legacy defense. Keeping up with the backups from Southlake Carroll. At least, keeping it honest at this point. We come back to the desk. All right, gentlemen. We're about 5:18 left in this game. 42-7. That's kind of where that's the mark of this game here. Oh my gosh, we're seeing We're seeing a big touchdown here. Let's take you back out to our Globe Life Field here in Arlington.
Man, you don't always believe what the stands say here. It is 4th and 6. They tried the deep ball. He does catch it, but out of bounds. Turnover for the Dragons, actually, Manny.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. Comeback.
Comeback time. Less than 6
Don't
minutes.
call it a comeback. I've been here for years.
Yeah, good ball there, though, by the backup, huh?
Yeah. I mean, solid ball, just didn't haul it in.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It looked like it was a touchdown to me. Patting the stats. Either way, Rebels get the ball at the about 8-yard line.
Okie doke. That's where we're at tonight.
Just put together a positive drive. That's all you can ask from your team at this point.
Yeah. Positive
Have
drive.
fun.
Yeah.
This is it. So you might as well. I mean.
Yeah. That sucks.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I
it
guess.
does. I mean,
what to look for certainly this offseason, where McKylan Young is bound to sign with somebody. Where's he going to be off? Where's he going to be headed to this
UTSA.
offseason? You think so?
Yeah, I think UTSA or UTEP would probably be the best 2 spots for him.
Okay.
We kind of saw tonight maybe he's not Alabama ready.
Well, I think a lot of that had to do with play calling, and I think Isaiah was exactly right. I don't, I'm here. I'm armchair quarterbacking this whole thing right now, or sitting back here from a studio, so I can't really say too much about that. But it feels like that game plan for McKylan. They couldn't get anything going with him, and it was almost like it was very timid to give him opportunities tonight. So
yeah, never got it in space. That's for sure.
Yeah, he never found space, and it's like, from the Friday Night Lights movie with, it's that let Booby Miles spin, let me spin, coach. Never got a chance to let MK spin tonight.
Yep. And here's another reason why this right here. Boom. Another sack by the Dragons. This thing is getting out of hand. This is the 2nd and 10 right here with about 5 minutes left. So
yeah, and Marcus Davila, this kid, I believe he is a where is he at?
He's a sophomore.
He is a sophomore. Yes.
Yeah, big things coming for him then.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot headed down the pipeline with that kid there, and I think he's going to be back better than ever next season.
He's an athlete too.
Yeah,
he's a
solid. He was
2-sport athlete, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a baseball player. They had him on the varsity last year as a freshman, right behind Mikey Serrano. I mean, we're just seeing a very big hiccup tonight. That's the biggest way to put it.
Yeah, looking at McKylan Young's schools, he's got Houston Baptist. I mean, these are the schools he has offers from. Houston Baptist, Jackson State, Stephen F. Austin, Texas A&M Commerce, and Texas Permian Basin.
Yeah, I mean, nothing against UTPB, but I'd like to see McKylan spread his wings a little bit. I'd like
Commerce
to see him.
is nice though. Commerce is nice, and you can go pro from D2 football.
Well, and what's interesting
absolutely.
is Texas A&M Commerce. I believe they're making a bid to move into Division I football.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
which they're usually one of the better teams in that.
In the Lone Star Conference, yeah. So, even if a Jackson State that's head coached by primetime Deion Sanders, not a bad option there.
That would be
would be awesome.
Yeah,
that'd be a good coach to learn from.
And that would be a good way for to give yourself a chance to go pro if you have someone like Deion Sanders as your coach. I mean, he knows everybody in the offices. So,
and there was a lot of talk, this offseason that primetime was perhaps going to fill the vacancy over in Lubbock.
That would have been awesome.
That I mean, it to me, I mean, Trammell, if there's anything we agree about, it's being a Texas Tech Red Raider football fan. But what comes with that is just a lot of wah 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 wah.
Yeah, sadness.
Sad phase with all that. Just because just year after year, there's so much letdown with Tech football. But I think they got it right with his head coach. I think I love Deion Sanders. I grew up watching primetime. But I don't think he's ready to make that step for a major Division I program.
We're bowling, right?
We are, yeah. We got.
I
got
don't
6
think
wins.
Texas is bowling, are they? I don't think so. All right now.
Yeah.
Let's go
all
back to the game. Late in the fourth quarter here, the Rebels need something. Marcus Davia finding some right there. Ooh. Oh, yeah. That's Braswell again.
Chris Brazel. Chris Brazel.
Finding him. That's a good route, too. He had the
looks like a little
right
zone,
there, a little under. He had the man go right there. So he can go right underneath it and pick it apart right there. It looks like that's probably going to be a first down.
Yeah. Chain gang off to the races. Let your chain hang low. Does it wobble to the floor? Never mind. There we go.
22-yard line, I think is where they're going to spot him.
All right, so Legacy trying to keep it honest here. I'm when Isaiah Garza, I'll be anxious to see his interview with Legacy head coach Clint Hartman after the game, because Clint Hartman, he's hand to God, he's probably one of the best Texas high school football coaches, primarily because this guy just cares about his kids and goes to bat for them, loves on them every single day, and the fact that he's there for them, and he's going to go to battle with them, and tonight it just seemed like it just had a different feel, and it was very tough for these Legacy Rebels tonight. So, Trammell, what else you got for us?
Well, it's getting a little chippy here. About a minute 20 left in the game. They're getting a little fed up here. We want to watch right here. Number 5 grabs his helmet off and just kind of throws it across the field.
Yeah, who was 8 for Legacy?
8 is John Washington.
Yeah, so it looks like he got a little fed up on that one, huh?
Yeah, he ripped off Draco Malfoy's helmet.
Draco Malfoy?
Look at the kid.
He did kind of resemble that one. So
Corbin Dew is his name.
Minute
He's
30
a senior
left.
Wide receiver.
In the words of our correspondent on the ground, hopeless.
Oh my gosh. Well,
I didn't say it. It was the correspondent.
Yeah, we'll leave his name out of that. As he
could have been any of the 3 we have there.
Could have been any of them. Yeah,
could have been any of them.
Could have been any of them. All right.
That
In the
being said,
meantime, it is 42-7. Southlake Carroll leading Midland Legacy as we are on the home stretch of this game. About $1:30, 90 seconds left in this one, and it has just been all Southlake Carroll all the time in this one. Midland Legacy, it was just really tough for them to get anything going. McKylan Young never really got going, and that's so tough to even imagine because of how explosive he's been this entire season. So I don't know. Nonetheless, Southlake Carroll's driving. Let's see what they got.
Quarterback keeper here. Go out to the right. Last play of the game, probably only 46 seconds left. He's going to get tackled right with about 40 to go. So that's probably going to wrap it up here at Globe Life Park.
Yeah. Yeppers. That's
final score 42-7.
Final score.
Who would have thought that one?
At least you didn't get blanked.
That's what it's been tonight. 42-7. If anything, fantastic season from the Midland Legacy Rebels in 2021. They gave it all they got. They put together some very, very impressive outings this season. From Marcus Davila to Addison Akbar, McKylan Young, Donnie Bishop, Chris Brazel, Wesley Smith. The list, the names, the list of plays, the list of performances can go on and on.
Yeah.
They just hit a buzzsaw that is the Southlake Carroll Dragons, who are, honest to goodness, they probably look primed to get back to a state championship more than anything.
Yeah, they looked really, really good. Manny, there's nothing to take away from the Rebels this year. They had a really good season, but that team right there is a powerhouse, man.
Yeah.
That That was a team that was fundamentally good at every single spot. Had probably one of the best offensive lines I've seen all year. There's not much you could have done against that team. I'm curious to see how some of the other powerhouses do against them, but they're probably going to roll.
Yeah. I think you're exactly right. I think it's probably, for the last few years, we saw Duncanville really take charge of Class 6A Division I football, certainly in this area of Texas, from West Texas to the DFW I-35 corridor. And, it was in 2019, we saw just a dominating win from Duncanville over Southlake Carroll. But you knew at that point, Jaquindon Jackson, the Duncanville QB1, who later made his way to Texas, no longer there, I believe he's at Utah now. You knew with a lot of those guys graduating, and you saw how Southlake Carroll was coming up, that they were going to be back, and that they were in 2020. They came back and they dominated Texas on their way to a state championship game. Didn't win. Austin Westlake, they're still, I think they're going to wreck Class 6A Division II, and that's what's interesting about that division there is, or where they're at, they're likely going to meet up with Katy for a state semifinal game, which in all likelihood likely to decide in most cases would be for a state championship. So
that's going to be a crazy game, Manny.
Yeah.
They're probably better than the state championship.
Right. Because in Class 6A Division II, I don't think there's a true dominating team from Region 1.
The other side.
Denton Geyer's probably that, but I don't know. I don't know if there's anybody else.
We just have to see with that Southlake Carroll team tonight.
Southlake Carroll's a real deal. They are. Real deal Holyfield is how the folks from the 90s would put that. But yeah. I know we're waiting maybe some post-game sound. Excuse me, maybe a post-game chat with some of our correspondents on the field. I know these guys. It's been a night. 42-7. Southlake Carroll having their way with Midland Legacy at Globe Life Park, the new home of the Texas Rangers. So, thank you. It's been a treat being able to cover Midland Legacy football this entire season. That's for sure. These guys, McKylan Young, probably. Here's the thing about McKylan Young, guys, and I think for everybody from the Permian Basin, knows what that kid's about. He's so much fun to watch, such a good kid, but more importantly, how he joined a company just last week, joined the late great Cedric Benson, RIP, is becoming one of 3 Midland Legacy running backs to record 2,000 yards in a single season. That's how good he was. That's how good he is this season. He was this season. So,
sure, you got 40 touchdowns or something like that?
He was close.
Touchdowns?
He was close to that mark. And I think tonight was the first game this entire season he did not record a touchdown.
I'm kind of curious how many yards he even had. I doubt it.
I know.
It probably wasn't scratching 50.
If that. Yeah.
Sheesh.
He was getting hit a lot.
Yeah. As soon as the rock was just getting handed to him.
I'm sure they only kept yards forward.
Yeah.
Not yards backwards.
Yeah.
Did they try something new on their offensive line? Did somebody get hurt during the week?
No, that was just called out man.
Or was that just...
One side had bigger.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right.
Bigger, badder dudes on one side than the other.
That's what it kind of really boiled down to, is just bigger, badder dudes for show. So, let's see. I know we're kind of running out of things to talk about here tonight. That's for sure.
I don't have any more.
Well, it's not like we haven't seen each other for the past 24 hours straight.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so we took the country drive down to Del Rio, Texas, and mind you, that little stadium down there, tell you what, that's a rival to Globe Life Park any day.
Oh yeah. Yep. Just like Globe Life Park, nobody wins there usually either.
Yeah, but no, it was a fun game. We're looking forward to seeing what the El Dorado Eagles are up to next week against Fall City. First area round win in program history in 70 or
71 or 72
71 years. Yeah, since 1950. So
I just got informed no coach's interview.
No coach's interview?
Nope.
Okay.
For reasons unreportable.
Oh, okay.
Not that it's that bad, but I just out of respect.
Well, yeah. Clinton Hartman, I tell you, he
rides with his guys, man.
That's the best way to put that. That is, honest to goodness, best way to put that. And I saw him. Last year I covered it was Euless Trinity and Midland Legacy there at the Globe Life Stadium, just across the street there from Globe Life Park, and it was an emotional game. After the game, he held. I mean, it was tough for him to hold back the tears with that, and I see it because you can tell how much time and effort he puts in with these young men each and every day, each and every season. So he's one of the best in Texas high school football.
That's what you want from your coach, man.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You want a coach who will go to bat for you and
be passionate.
Exactly.
Yeah,
passionate.
Be passionate, man.
Mm-hmm.
Be passionate.
There's a playoff game I went to this year where I didn't get an interview with the local coach because he was beat up about it.
Anyway.
All right.
Still the saltiness of the local Cougar.
No, that wasn't that game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Game.
Oh, okay.
All right. Let's see. How about this, gentlemen? How about we take a quick commercial break? I know we got to pay some bills around here before we move on to the end of this show, so we can close this thing out. And then we'll come back. Hopefully, maybe we'll get a Zoom call. Maybe some final thoughts of the evening. All right. We'll be back after this.
La Esperanza Chadburn Clinic is here to serve you, providing behavioral health services, adult primary health care, along with school and employment physicals, and so much more. La Esperanza Chadburn Clinic, located at 1610 South Chadburn, offers extended hours Monday through Thursday and Saturday clinic hours from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. For over 70 years, W&W AFCO Steel has fabricated the steel to frame some of the most iconic structures nationwide. From Soldier Field in Chicago to Cal Field, home of the Texas A&M Fighting Aggies and College Station, what begins in San Angelo is impacting America. Whether it's a handyman's dream, a dream home, or perhaps a home on the range, Deersky & Deersky can help you find or sell your next home. After all, everything we touch turns to sold. Deersky & Deersky Realtors, the real estate professionals of Texas.
All right, welcome back to COVER1 Live here on www.sanangelolive.com. It's been one of those kind of games, folks. I tell you, 42-7 the final score from Globe Life Field there in Arlington, Texas. Did not see this one coming. Thought Midland Legacy would put up more of a fight. In the meantime, let's bring in the man, the myth, the legend. That is Ryan Chadwick. Chadwick, tell us, just break down the second half. I mean, in terms of what Legacy was up against.
Oh, hold it, Chadwick. Restart that. Go ahead.
All right, can y'all hear me?
Yep.
All right. I said, I'll tell y'all what, I'm tired of covering games like this. It's been like the last 6 games of the season for me. Anyway, so
should have went to Del Rio last night and been in the cold makeshift stand that we were in. At least we won.
Oh yeah, right.
We've
I
seen
didn't know y'all
better
were
beard
going,
lines in that.
but yeah, that looked like fun. Anyway, second half. It was just too much of a challenge for the Rebels to overcome. They were in multiple situations where things could have gone their way. They caused several fumbles that they never recovered. They started turning the ball over themselves. I know Davia had at least one pick in the second half, and he had a lost fumble as well. The decision making wasn't quick enough in the backfield, and Mykailyn Young just got bottled up. his final stat line, 20 carries for 26 yards.
Oh.
That is not good.
No, probably the first game all season he has not scored a touchdown.
Yep. And in all honesty, too, like this has to be as much on the talent of the Southlake Carroll coaches as it is their players. They just out-schemed Midland Legacy's coaches, and the Legacy coaches never managed to adjust to the edge stunts and the blitzes that they were bringing and whatnot. And like, it wasn't McCollum Young's fault that every time he touched the ball, he had 4 guys in his face already, you know. So, like, it was just rough all the way around. Turnovers in the second half. I mean, Legacy put up a good fight. They even had like a 70-yard kickoff return in the fourth quarter. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered at that point, but I wanted to see Legacy at least get on the board again. Southlake Carroll absolutely deserves their ranking right now as the second or third best team in the state. Like, they are scary good, and I expect them to keep going until they face someone like Austin Westlake.
Yep. Well, good thing they don't have to face Austin Westlake. Westlake's Division II this season, so.
Oh, okay. Well, good for them.
Yeah. Yeah, bad on Katie.
Right.
Tell us, Chadwick, man, West Texas, do you think, because every year after year, we see these teams out of West Texas that have so much potential. This team, for sure, had potential. What's it going to take for a West Texas team to get out of this second round? I mean, to just be able to beat one of these teams and to be able to consider, you know, a team that can hold their own in the state of Texas against some of the best?
I mean, it's got to be like Abilene High's magical run in 09. Like, they can't come out flat. Midland Legacy absolutely came out flat in this ball game. They did not. They probably played one of their worst games of the season today. So, not only, like, you can't let nerves get to you, but, like, until you have a special case where it's just a group of guys who really work together, who make some plays, it's going to be tough. There's a whole lot of talent out here in the Metroplex. Like, as we saw tonight, Southlake Carroll is just as good every single year, you know, and it's the same as all these top schools in the Metroplex area. So, like, West Texas is always going to have a tough time doing it. But, like, when we actually get guys who do make it past the second round, you know that's a really special team. Because, like, we don't have the most talent, and I don't think we ever will. Like, not to say that we're not capable, but, like, it's going to be tough.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, Chadwick, we appreciate the assistance all season long. We're going to find a game next week. I mean, El Dorado's still alive.
Hey, go Eagles. Let's see what they got. Hey, when are they playing next week?
Fall City in where?
And they play in Cedar Park.
Cedar Park.
In Austin.
Cedar Park in Austin. Okay. Is that on Friday or Saturday?
Friday night.
7 o'clock.
Okay. I mean, hey, that could be the game that I'm at next week. You know, go COVER1, you know.
There you go.
All right, Chadwick, we appreciate the help tonight. Be safe on the way back. Always enjoy your company.
All right, guys. See ya.
All right, Ryan Chadwick. He is our Bobcat connoisseur. Oh, he's always when we say a Bobcat connoisseur for the Permian Basin folks here joining us tonight. He's always kind of following San Angelo Central. He's a alum of San Angelo Central High School. So, I mean, even in the game that Central played against Legacy here at San Angelo Stadium this season, as good as Legacy was, he was rooting for the Bobcats.
Of course.
You can't take that away from him.
Remember, we all picked Legacy.
We did, yeah.
And
I mean,
Ryan stuck with the Bobcats.
This is Angry Orange backyard. So, hey, how about any word from Isaiah, or is he kind of? I imagine he's kind of gathering some things on the field there.
Nothing yet.
Okay, tell you what, let's do this. How about final thoughts of the night? We'll begin with you, Bellini. What do you got, my man?
I'm exhausted, man, but I had a good time. I mean, I know we just watched an epic butt whooping, but I had a good time being here. I had a good time. The last 24 hours have been a blast. Them underclassmen for Midland Legacy, got something to have revenge for next year.
Yep.
And as far as the seniors go, I'm sorry it ended this way. Not everybody gets the John Elway 2 Super Bowls or whatever to end your high school career or whatever however you want to say it. And it's a rough one, but only one team is going to win it. And at least you were there. At least you were on your way there. At least you're in the playoffs.
I like it. Matt Trammell?
So we got a couple of West Texas teams left. Only one 6A team. That's at El Paso. Like I said earlier, that don't count because they're in mountain time. But other than that, Manny, we still got you and Chadwick were talking. We ain't got nothing. We got some boys still play. Of course, we got El Dorado. Y'all talked about them. But there are still a lot of teams around here in the West Texas that can win state championships. We're talking about Jim Ned. We're talking about Water Valley. We're talking about Sterling City. We're talking about some of these really good small teams around the area. I'm really excited for this next upcoming weeks to show some of these, Dallas Metroplex schools, some of these Houston schools, and some of these South Texas schools that us here in West Texas, we may not have the 6A teams to ball, but I guarantee you, if you want to beat small ball, you got to come and beat us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, and Trammell, what I was meaning by that is, because, one of my first years of covering, being in broadcasting, covering Texas high school football was my second year covering Abilene High in 2009 when they won a state championship. And maybe that just ruined it for me because, those were my expectations of covering just solid teams. And, the first year I covered Abilene High in 2008, they were such a good football team. They lost in the opening round to Mansfield. And I couldn't understand. I was like, man, what happened? Yeah. And then Coach Steve Warren was like, man, we just didn't have it that night.
And that definitely happens.
And there you had Herschel Sims, you had Ronell Sims, you had AJ, you had so many guys that were left on that team that weren't even playing varsity, that year that made the varsity team the next year, and they just stunned so many teams in Texas. Mm-hmm. So much fun to watch. I don't know if we'll ever see a West Texas team do what they did in 2009. It could be the last.
But there are some, but don't sleep. Like I said,
well,
watch the Indians. Watch out.
Well, no. What I mean by that is so in Class 6A.
Oh yeah.
Class 6A.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
No,
I agree
sure.
1,000%. The 6As, but I'm just saying these next couple weeks is going to be really exciting for some of the small schools.
Yeah, for the Jim Neds of the world, for the Water Valleys, the Sterling Cities, El Dorados, man.
Go Richland Springs even.
Albany, Richland Springs.
Yeah.
Hollies, for these teams, yeah, they're gonna wreck, man. They're just gonna get out there and they're gonna, do their thing.
I'm ready.
But the 6As, because the 6As, we see them, that's like the next thing to college football.
Yeah.
And we always want a dog in the hunt there, and it's so tough. I think San Angelo Central's only time to really compete with that was in 2016 with Cal Vincent. Mm-hmm. And a ton of those guys, that played on that squad that went up against Allen in the third round of the playoffs here in San Angelo. I don't know if we'll ever be able to replicate that. It's going to be tough.
You need multiple D1 players, and the fact that it's hard to get in. If you're not in Lubbock and you're not, even Midland, if you're not in Lubbock really or Amarillo, even kind of, it's kind of hard to find multiple D1 players.
Oh, yep. you need the players too. You need a good amount of classes coming through that have a good amount of kids in them that where you can really push each other and who are just talented from the get-go.
And in the Metroplex they have so much to pick from, so much because they're metropolitan areas,
Yep.
So
exactly. It's not just from the student. That's where the money's at. Coaches want to go to those schools.
Right.
And
right.
Nope, that's my last thought. Just saying, I know it may have started a conversation, but Concha Valley teams and Little West Texas teams, everyone be ready because these guys are probably going to make some stuff happen this December.
Yeah, that is for sure. Well, I tell you guys, it's been fun. It's been real tonight. This has been show number 2. Bellini was boots on the ground in Abilene. Trammell and I were here back in the studio. Thank you guys so much for the Permian Basin for tuning in tonight. It's been a pleasure covering Little Southwest Conference football, certainly Mojo football, certainly Midland Legacy football. We look forward to next season already. We're looking forward to see what happens on Realignment Day in January to see what if I know it's crazy to think that Central may not be in the same district as some of these little Southwest Conference schools, the traditional powerhouse, the traditional schools, but you never know. The UIL likes to do the crazy things, and they do crazy things all the time, so we'll wait and see. But for these fine gentlemen, for Matt Trammell, for James Bellini, for our boots on the ground, Ryan Chadwick, Isaiah Garza, and of course Joe Hyde, who's running for Tom Green County Judge. Go see his Facebook page. You might see a few things there that you might like. Nonetheless, it's been fun. It's been real. We will see you next week. We're going to find a few games, that's for sure. Until then, good night. God bless. And we will see you in the regional quarterfinal round. Good night.
Who say they want it? Who say they ready? See, you might not like it, but you gon' respect it, cause this is West Texas. Who say they want it? Who say they ready? Hey, coach, they might not like it, but they gon' respect it, cause this is West Texas. I said it's game time. Hey, coach, they know it's game time. You know it's game time. I said it's game time. Come on. Hey, coach, they know it's game time. Hey, who say they want? We want it. Who say they ready? We ready. They might not like, we like it, but this is West Texas. They gon' respect. First off, I got my grades up, so I deserve every moment that I'm out on the field. I've been in practice all week, so you know what it is. We ain't come for the win, boy, we came for the kill. It ain't all about the all, boy. So why here we here, hard, boy? We for nothing but the Lord, boy. So when you come play us,